this afternoon. Tyler comes in 3-0 in the conference, tied with Navarra, both top 5 teams. Next up in league standings, Trinity Valley and is 2-1 in conference play. Blinn's 1-2, so is Cisco. New Mexico Military and NEO and the Kilgore Rangers are 0-3. Also this afternoon, Cisco at Nimi and Navarra playing at Trinity Valley on a Saturday afternoon here at Rose Stadium. It's the Apaches and the Blinn Bucks coming up on AM 600 KTBB.
Our servicemen and women, our veterans, and those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country with the playing of the national anthem conducted by Tyler Junior College Director of Band.
Say again? Yes, we are. Yeah, that's enough pregame. Here at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium. Bill Coates and Kevin Simon, the Apaches and the Blinn Buccaneers. Tyler Crone, our referee, has flipped the coin. The Blinn Bucks won the toss, have deferred. The Apaches will have the football first, going right to left across your device. Trey Guerra, the redshirt sophomore from Keller, has had a brilliant year as the Apache quarterback, thrown for nearly 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns, among the tops in the country. Bryce Burgess, the leading rusher for the Apaches, 343 yards rushing. Elijah Besa, Amari Henry, Jens Hilburn, who caught that game winner last week on the road at Nimi, will be the wide receiver group to start. Lonnie Johnson, the tight end. The offensive front line, Wyatt Payne and Leroy Woolridge are the tackles. Jamon Lee is the TJC center. Reuben Smith and Hansla Rana out of the Houston area are the starting guards for the Apaches who come in. Kevin Simon averaging just a shade under 400 yards a game. Their offense is getting better as the season goes on. It's still not eye-popping numbers, but they've been pretty effective.
Well, the passing game has been pretty consistent. The run game has been up and down, and that's where they have to improve. An intriguing matchup. TJC has the best scoring defense in the conference, giving up 15 points a game. Blinn has the best scoring offense in the conference, averaging about 40 points a game.
Blinn defensively giving up about 21 points a game. And again, they played a couple of the prep schools, so those numbers might be a little bit skewed.
Yeah.
They won one conference game, beating New Mexico Military. Tyler in a smart-looking outfit today. They wear a gold jersey, black numerals, black helmet with the TJC logos in gold and a white pant. Blinn wearing blue pants, a white jersey with blue numerals, a white helmet with the shiny Blinn Buck logo on it. And as we get ready for this football game today, again, the Apaches have 4 conference games left, all tough ones. Blinn has historically been a very difficult opponent for the Apaches. TJC won in Brenham in double overtime last year.
Yeah, a tough matchup that last season. Not a lot of scoring, 13-10, a double overtime victory for the Apaches.
So TJC will try to get to 6-0 and 4-0 in the conference. They have bigger aspirations, but really you can't worry about that at this point. You just got to worry about this game today. Ryan Mahon, head coach, and Danny Palmer, the former TJC head man, is the defensive coordinator here. The kick is high and short, and the Apaches take it and retrieve it at the 25-yard line and get it upfield to about the 34. 2 of their players ran together before Braylon Brandon caught that ball, and the Apaches get the return out near the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. Tyler will start going right to left on your device here to open this football game.
That's a pop fly. Somebody's got to call for it. Dangerous play by the Apaches. They had 2 guys run into each other, but they maintained possession.
On 92.1 FM, the team, the Longhorns, and 2 o'clock today, 2:30 against OU, followed by Texas Tech and Kansas tonight. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 Apaches going right to left from their own 34-yard line. Slot left, Lonnie Johnson, and a handoff, and Burgess got a little bit of a gap as he pops into the secondary for a gain of 7. Bryce Burgess, not a big guy, out to the 41-yard line for a gain of 7. He's only 5'7", sophomore from the Houston area, but he has been an effective runner for the Apaches.
And when they've been good on the ground, it's because of him, and that's a good start for the Apaches.
All right, so TJC with the ball just underway here this afternoon. Early start time will be at noon next week at Cisco. Out of the shotgun, again, Johnson lined up almost as a fullback behind the guard. They'll hand it to Burgess again, and he pops for a good gain again across midfield for a first down for TJC. Across the 50, down to the 48, maybe the 47, depending on where they mark it. They'll say a first down Apaches at the Buccaneer 48-yard line, and Burgess, shaken up on the play, will limp off the field, and James Lee will come in, the transfer out of Metairie, Louisiana. It'll be first down at the 48.
Yeah, good start on the ground for the Apaches.
All right, TJC with the ball. 3 receivers split wide right against a 4-man defensive front. Guerra, snap, throw, ball caught, and after a short gain by Amari Henry, about a 6-yard gain, he slipped down. That's happened a lot on this turf this year. But again, he tried to cut inside, lost his footing, about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a good job on first down. They've been pretty good on first down so far.
18th catch of the year for Amari Henry. 3 receivers split to the near side, ball shaded toward that far hash against a 5-man defensive front for the Buccaneers, and they show blitz here. Garrett to throw. Bubble screen near side to Elijah Besa. Makes a man miss. He gets it to the 40. Besa does a nice job for what looks like first down yardage or close. They had him surrounded, but he managed to spin out of that and gets the ball down near the 37-yard line, and that may be, well, let's see where they mark. It might be a first down.
It is a first down. He was about to be stopped for no gain or maybe even a loss of yardage, but able to work his way free for a first down.
5 touchdown receptions for Besa this year. 23rd catch of the season. First down, 37-yard line. Near side, the short side. Lonnie Johnson, tight end, hand on the ground. Hand the football off to James Lee, and he's gone. Hole wide open. Touchdown, Apaches. James Lee from 37 yards out, and the Apaches draw first blood.
Yeah, you can't get a bigger hole than what Lee had to run through. He was untouched, but there's a gaping hole for him to run straight up the middle of the football field and just outran everybody else en route to the end zone.
His first touchdown of the year, untouched. 6-0 Apache.
Yeah, easy. They made it look easy, both on the ground and a pass or two on the way.
Daniel Mathis, the Tyler kicker, has it teed up to try to make a 7 out of this 6 in less than 3 minutes into the game. The Apaches just went 66 yards. Mathis' extra point is up and good. And Tyler jumps out 7-0 over the Bucks. It's 12:47 to go in the opening quarter. Tyler 7, Blinn nothing. Back in 1 minute. AM 600 KTBB. Seth Baggett's kick goes into the end zone. Touchback. Blinn will take over at the 25-yard line. Bill and Kevin, Christus Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium, 7-0 Apaches.
Yeah, it's just the first series, but the Apaches shredded the Blinn defense on that first possession. They went 66 yards in 5 plays, 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
So Blinn will take over. Gunnar Nelson is their starting quarterback. Their original starter, Jack Emerson, was injured, and so Gunnar Nelson out of Katy, Texas, is the starting quarterback, and he goes shotgun. We'll set the Tyler defensive unit for you in a moment. They go left to right, man in motion across the formation. Back to pass. Nelson throws it up the near side and over the head of the intended receiver that time. Tried to hit that time number 3, Travis Turner Smith, the freshman wide receiver, and sailed it over his head. Tyler's Ben Roberts and Ruben Shalumbo are the ends. Manny Lawton and Jamil Davis inside. TJ Williams and Day-Day Ross, the starting linebackers. Justin Cottrell, Jannard Lockhart are the corners, and the safeties, Tyson Wilson, Kerry Williams, and Willie Nelson. 2nd down and 10. Nelson to throws far side, and that one is over the head of the intended receiver. That time he tried to hit Tyler Arrington on the far side in front of the Blinn bench, and that one was wild high. And there's a shaken up Apache at the end of that play at the 15-yard line. Encouraging to see the Apaches start out running the ball so well today.
Yeah, again, they shredded that defense on the first series. This is a defense, one of the best. Make that the best in total defense in the conference, giving up 215 a game of total offense.
Though the Apaches, again, get an injured player. Not sure who that was.
Yeah, it's one of the big guys.
They were coming that time and almost got to Gunnar Nelson, but couldn't quite get there, but his pass was high, and it'll be an injured Apache that they are tending to right now as they try to get him up. Again, this is the point in the year when you really, really hate to lose depth, and Tyler has a good defensive unit that has been effective this year, both against the run and against the pass, and they've really been able to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and that TJC player is up. That is Ben Roberts, one of their defensive ends, a young Hawaiian, a University of Nevada signee, originally from Kahuku, Hawaii, who is a long way from home. He's favoring his left arm, and they will take him to the locker room, maybe the elbow area. Yeah. So they will take him off the field and tend to Ben Roberts. And so the Apaches lose, at least for the moment, one of their solid defensive players. TJC has a good group. Neville Imba from Rockwall is in the ball game, and it'll be a 3rd down and 10. Blinn from the near hash. They go 3 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. Roberts out of the shotgun this time, facing a 5-man defensive front. The Apaches look like they're going to blitz, and here they come. Back to pass, and the quarterback is in some trouble. He's running away, but not away from T.J. Williams, who tracks him down and sacks him on the play. The redshirt sophomore from Houston, T.J. Williams, runs down Gunnar Nelson, and it is a 3-and-out and a great start for both the offense and the defense.
Well, that's a coverage sack that time of the Apaches. The quarterback couldn't find an open receiver, kind of panicked a little bit and tried to run it, but couldn't outrun the Apache defense.
Mateo de Hoyos is the Blinn punter. He'll stand at the 8-yard line to kick it away. as TJC will get the ball back here, barring some kind of a fake or something odd here. The Apaches will get this after a good start by the defense. The kick is away. It's a spinning kick. They'll let it bounce, and Khalil Ewell, the homecoming king, will take that ball at the 30 on the bounce, all the way back at the 30. Not sure what Khalil thought he was doing, but he's feeling good about himself. He was named the homecoming king before the game today.
And whenever you're the homecoming king, I guess you should be able to do what you want to do on that day.
On that day. He had his helmet, not his crown on when he took that. You asked me before the game if I was nominated for homecoming king, and what did I say?
That was a rhetorical question. I knew the answer, but you said no.
No. The short answer was no. All right, so congratulations, Khalil Ewell off the Apache football team. He was named the homecoming king today, and a beautiful young cheerleader was the homecoming queen. First down, Tyler at their own 33-yard line. Now the shotgun, Guerra. Two receivers to the left side and a tight end right, and a handoff for a couple. Out near the 35-yard line, a short gain on that play as Ashton Haynes comes into the game for the Apaches. Redshirt sophomore from Gilmer. Again, shaken up on that first drive was Bryce Burgess. And James Lee got the 37-yard touchdown run. It is a 2nd down and 8 from their own 35-yard line. 7-0 Tyler. About 11 minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. Tyler center Jamon Lee is over the ball at the 35. They send two receivers wide to the near side, plus the tight end Lonnie Johnson. And they put a man in motion, Amari Henry, from the right hash, rolling out Guerra. Guerra looking, he'll be throwing downfield, and this ball is incomplete, just a little short of Besa at the 42-yard line. Guerra was being chased to the near side and was throwing against his body that time and needed just a little bit more oomph on that ball to complete the pass, and it'll be a 3rd down coming up.
That's that old flood route. He had 3 different receivers at 3 different levels, and all 3 of them were wide open. He missed Lonnie Johnson, who was wide open for a 1st down if he sees him.
3rd down and 8 at the 35-yard line. Far side to short side, 3 receivers, and Johnson is the tight end. Running back in the backfield, 5 up for Blinn with 2 linebackers. And on a 3rd down and long, see what the Apaches dial up here. Back to pass Guerra. He's got room, throws near side. Johnson not able to come down with it. Or was he? Oh, they say he got the ball. 1st down at the 46. Johnson along the near sideline, one-hands that ball. Looked like he might have been juggling it just a bit. A replay might say something different than what we actually saw, but they give him the kick.
It's the same route. This time he does hit Lonnie Johnson for the 1st down.
1st down at the 46-yard line. And Lonnie Johnson, the TJC tight end, transfer from SMU, has had a 39-yard kick return on a fake punt here earlier this year. And a handoff on the delay and a draw play down the near side. Haynes loose at the 20 to the 15 to the 10, inside the 10, and 1st and goal Apaches. Kind of a delayed draw counterplay that Haynes had wide open running until he was chased down at the 8-yard line.
Well, the counter sold the linebackers, caught them out of position, and what a run after he got through the line of scrimmage. Nearly took it the distance.
Well, the Apache running game certainly alive and well here right now as they go 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Haynes stays in the game. Henry and 2 others, including Besa and Hilburn, split out wide to the right side. Johnson split left. That is the short side of the field. And on a 1st and goal, here's Haynes inside the 5. They're going to push him. Lonnie Johnson pushing him down inside the 2-yard line or near the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Nearly pushed him in. The Apaches off to a good start on the ground. They struggled last week against New Mexico Military, but not today so far.
Hilburn comes out of the ball game. Haynes stays in. TJC ball at the 1-yard line. Lonnie pushed him all the way to the 1. Besa split wide to the right side. Amari Henry to the left. They bring in Aaron Johnson, the big fullback, and they go 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Haynes is the tailback. And Guerra hands the ball off to Haynes, and he's hit and dropped for no gain on that play. That was a great move inside that time by one of the Blinn linebackers. Really good job that time by a Blinn Buccaneer linebacker. What's his name?
Coffee.
Yeah, good job.
That's
Way
a
to
great
go.
tackle. Yeah, he got in there in a hurry and made a great tackle.
Heck of a play that time by Coffee. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 1-yard line. Can't play it any better. He shot the gap and made the play. Besa out wide to the right side. Henry. They have a 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. Stay in that same formation. Johnson, tight end, looking to line up on the left side. Aaron Johnson is the fullback. Once again, they give it to Haynes, and he's in easily. Touchdown Apaches from a yard out. Ashton Haynes, 13-0 Tiger.
Well, and that hole was as big as the hole that Lee ran through for his touchdown. Just a great job by the offensive line right over center for the touchdown.
2 drives and 2 rushing touchdowns for the Apaches, and they jump out to a 13-0 lead with Mathis to add the extra point. So a good start by the Apaches on homecoming Saturday. A sun-splashed afternoon on Earl Campbell Field at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Mathis was the extra point, and it's 14-0 in favor of the TJC Apaches. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on AM 600 KTBB. Apache's kick is away, taken at the goal line by Aaron Andrews up the near side, and he's run out of bounds along the near side at about the 14-yard line. He knew he had no room, Kevin. He just ran to the sideline.
Yeah, pretty good kick coverage. Right now the Apaches are doing just about everything right. That last scoring drive for the Apaches, 7 plays, 67 yards, 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
All right, TJC with the 14-0 lead, and the Buccaneers at their own 14-yard line. Last time out, the Apaches forced a 3-and-out, including a quarterback sack. And it looks like they've got a new quarterback in the ball game. They're going to bring Nathan Lewis, a redshirt freshman, into the game, and he'll get the opportunity here. So from the 14-yard line, change things up a little bit. Lewis to throw. Lewis in some trouble. He's going to run with it and will be taken down at the 17-yard line. He gained 3. The hole opened up, and then the Apaches track him down that time. Day-Day Ross made the tackle, the freshman from Chapel Hill, and a gain of 3, second down and 7.
Yeah, good job by the defense once again, not giving the quarterback much time to make a decision.
Ross and TJ Williams are the linebackers, and on a second down and long, they'll keep it on the ground, hand the ball off, or not much available, maybe a yard that time. Running back is slammed to the ground that time by one of the Apache defenders that time, Greco Davalatoris, who transferred from Blinn, as a matter of fact, after a short gain that time by the Blinn running back, Samaj Gaston, a freshman, and now it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, good opportunity here for the Apaches once again to get off the field defensively.
3rd and 6 coming up for the Bucs. Again, they go left to right. We're playing with about 7.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 Apaches. 4 wide receivers set. TJC looks like they're going to rush 4 here, and Green will step up in the pocket. He's holding the ball too long now. It opens up in the middle, and if the Apaches can keep him inside, they did, but he still got the first down. He got about 8. The hole opened up in the middle. He had nobody to throw it to, so he runs for the first down out near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Apaches did a great job in coverage, but they left the middle wide open for him to step up and get the first down.
Young man can run, and so they're going to have to spy him a bit here. Tyler puts 5 guys up, and on a first down from the 25-yard line, man in motion across the formation. They're going to fake the jet sweep, and he's going to run with it and picks up about 5-6 yards. So he brings a new threat into the game. He can run with it. TJC got the play made at the end. Tyson Wilson, check that. Bryson Burgess. No, Willie Nelson. Nelson, the Longview Lobo, got the tackle. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, good run. Good decision by the quarterback to keep the football. Nearly picked up the first down.
To the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3. So this young man, Nathan Lewis, brings a new twist to it. He can run with it. 2nd down and 3 at the 32-yard line. And Lewis out of the shotgun. 3 receivers split near side. He wants to throw, blitz coming. He's going to throw it down the left side, and that ball's intercepted by TJC at the 40-yard line. Threw it right to an Apache that time, and Willie Nelson who made the last tackle, gets his 3rd interception of the year, and the Apaches will take over near the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the Blinn quarterbacks last week threw 4 interceptions, and number 8 that just threw that one. Lewis threw 2 of them last week. Throws another one here, and that's an easy pick for the safety to make.
So Willie Nelson, the former Longview Lobo, not the country singer.
No?
I say that every week. I got to stop that.
No, but I mean, it's just, I mean, I get it.
Okay. Nice. Heck
kind of a layup. You have to take it, don't you?
Yeah, it's a layup.
Yeah.
And that was a layup interception.
It really was,
All
yeah.
he had to do was wait for it and play center field. First down, Apaches at their own 41-yard line. Again, they go right to left on your device. This time they go with a tight formation toward the short side. 2 receivers lined up tight left and 1 to the right in a slot. And they hand the ball off, coming near side. This will be James Lee. Big hole midfield. James Lee with a stiff arm. 40, 35-yard line. TJC running it well here this afternoon. And he put a stiff arm on Keith Crawford, who finally rides him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and Lee has had some big holes to run through. The first one he scored a touchdown on. Nearly broke that one as well. Nice job by the offensive line.
First down, Apaches at the 35-yard line. Already up 14-zip, trying to get more here. Good crowd on hand this afternoon, and the Apaches driving again. Most of their damage has been done on the ground today. They go tight end right, Jordan Green, slot left this time, Hilburn, and a receiver out right, and a receiver left this time out of the shotgun. Snap the football, and they run the inside pitch to Hilburn, and he is tackled for a big loss on that play as the Blinn defense steps up that time as Caden. That time a linebacker, Caden Baldwin, comes up and makes the play.
Well, he was in the backfield pretty quick and read that play and got in position to make a good tackle, and he did.
We're about 5 minutes left in the quarter, and TJC with the lead in the ball, but they face a 2nd and 16 back in their own 41-yard line after losing 6 on that play. 3 receiver formation against a 4-man front. Tight end this time, Green lines up to the left of the left tackle. Fake the handoff and throw the middle screen. Is batted down. They had it set up pretty well to Lee, but that ball batted back into the face of Trey Guerra, and a good job that time by the Buccaneers. They were bringing a couple of guys right up the middle that time. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, if he doesn't block that pass, TJC is going to get big yardage on the play. Because as you mentioned, they had it set up.
Chase Walker, I believe, got his hand up and blocked it. It'll be 3rd down and long for TJC at the Buccaneer 41-yard line. As they line up with 4 receivers this time, and the Bucs are going to blitz again, it appears. They've got 5 guys up, and they want to bring the heat. Here they come. Guerra steps up, throws it downfield. He's got a man wide open. First down catch at the 25-yard line, or very close, as he wheels that ball downfield, and that is an Apache first down. Good job to Hawk Patrick Daniels.
Yeah, on a dig route that time. Perfect pass by Guerra. Not perfect, he had to go down and get it, but good enough for the Apache first down.
All right, so TJC with them. Was that 8 or 6? I called it Hawk Patrick Daniels. I'm going to stick with that, but Jamari Evans stays out there. I'm going to say Hawk Patrick Daniels. I may have been wrong on that. It may have been 6, Jamari Evans. Be that as it may, first down for the Apaches at the 25-yard line. And they fake the hand. No, they hand the ball off to Lee, and Lee has a big hole off right tackle for about 5 down near the 21-yard line. They'll give him 4. Quick to the hole that time, James Lee, who had that touchdown run early in the ball game on the 5th play of the game. And the Apaches are now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
You'll take that on first down. 4 yards on first down, that's a good start.
All right, so here we go, 2nd and 6. Tyler with the ball, 21-yard line. They bring a receiver out wide to the left. This will be Jared Hughes out to the near side. And 2 others, including Hilburn, lined up along the wide side of the field. Handoff inside for Lee. Cuts it outside, and he got about 3 more before he is knocked down, maybe short of the first down. It'll still be a 3rd down and about 1.5 yards needed inside the 20-yard line at the 17.
Yeah, Lee took a big hit after that one. Still positive yardage on the play. Apache send in a couple of bigger guys up front.
Yeah, Apache's bring in an extra tight end to the ball game, and so they will go with a heavy formation here. As Guerra lines up in the shotgun, the Apaches go double tight end this time. Both of them with their hand on the ground as they go double tight end. This time no fullback. James Lee's in the backfield. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Guerra out of the shotgun. What will the Apaches do here? They're going to keep it on the ground and a big hole for him, and Lee has the first down to the 10-yard line. Well, that was pretty easily done for the Apaches. They picked up about 7. They needed only a yard and a half. First down at the 10.
Well, the offensive line is doing a great job so far here in the first half. Plenty of room to work with for these ball carriers.
First and goal, Apaches at the 10-yard line. They lead 14-0, trying to get more. We're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Apaches send a receiver out wide to the right side, Jamari Evans. Jared Hughes lines up out there. They stay in that double tight end look with James Lee in the backfield against a 4-man defensive front. From the 10-yard line, Trey Guerra out of the shotgun for the TJC Apaches. Rolls out, pitches the ball to Lee. Lee will get to the 5-yard line, down to the 2, down to the 1, dives for the pylon. That might be a touchdown. It is, but there's a flag down in the backfield.
Yeah, it'll be holding. It'll be coming back.
Take the touchdown off the board. Nice run by Lee, and he actually tagged the pylon. Would have been a score, but there's a penalty.
Yep, they're going to bring it back, and that was, again, a good run by Lee. Just a shoulder dip that brought him some extra yardage.
Tyler Crone is our referee. Umpire Richard Balderas, Erica McDaniel, the line judge. Got 2 ladies in our crew today. Freshman Tracy Williams, Andrew Ruffin, Ethan Hill, Dominic Anaya, and Latreia Daniel.
Well, I talked to one of the officials. He's got these long, pretty fingernails, and I asked her, how do you throw a penalty flag with that, right?
She's from Louisiana.
She's from outside Shreveport, Louisiana.
These crews, unlike the high school crews from the same chapter, but not at the junior college level, they come from all over. And referee in this league. It'll be a 10-yard walk-off, first down and goal from the 20-yard line for the Apaches. Hughes to the near side, 2 to the right. Inside handoff to Haynes for a yard, and that is all. Well done that time by the Blinn Buccaneers, who've changed up some of their numbers on me. Caden Ball, and their linebacker, is up there, and he does a good job. That'll be a gain, a short gain. It'll be second down.
Got a helmet popped off, so one of the Blinn players will have to take a play off, I believe.
So it's at the 19. All right, so a gain of 1. It'll be second and goal at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good play by their defense. The Apaches, again, trying to overcome that holding call.
All right, so the Ashton Haynes is in the backfield. Tyler goes 4 wide this time, no tight end. So 10 personnel for TJC. And they line up with the 3 receivers to the wide side toward the far side of the field. Back to pass. Guerra throws an inside slant. Was that ball caught?
It was caught. Dangerous pass, yeah.
Dangerous pass. He picked up some yardage, only about 3 yards on the play. Maybe not that much. And that'll make it third and goal. They're going to only give him, did they give him no? They gave him no gain on that play. I thought he got more than that.
Dangerous pass by Guerra. And I said the Apaches turned it over 4 times last week. Really, it was Guerra. 3 interceptions and 1 fumble, all by the quarterback. Nearly threw a pick there.
I had him about 2 yards further downfield, so no gain on that completed pass. Third and goal at the 19-yard line. The penalty hurt the Apaches. They have to take points off the board. Tight end Green lined up in a slot right. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left against a 4-man front. On a third down, here comes the blitz. Guerra back to pass, steps up, got time, and just throws it away. May have been hit. Might have had his arm hit that time, too. As coming on the edge that time, Jacoby Kendall, defensive lineman, might have gotten a hand on, I don't think he blocked it, but may have gotten the arm of the quarterback.
Yeah, he got hit while he was in the process of throwing the football, and that caused the ball to fly front, and it looks like it's a good Blinn.
It's a Blinn. It's a personal foul against Blinn.
Wow. Automatic first down with the Apaches. They get a whole new set of downs.
Wow. So the Apaches will get a whole new set of downs. Am I right about that?
That's right. Looks like it. Well, he hadn't changed the sticks yet.
Check that. It is against Blinn. It is not a personal foul. Ball's at the 14 now. It's third and goal at the 14-yard line. All right, here's Lonnie Johnson lined up to the right, rolling out Guerra. Guerra looking. Guerra's going to throw downfield. Got a man wide open. Another penalty flag. There is a touchdown to Hilburn if it stands. In the near corner of the end zone, the Apaches already had 1 touchdown taken off the board by penalty, and there's a flag down here.
Yeah, this will be number 2. Another holding call.
So that is 2 touchdowns taken away by penalty.
That's a great job by Guerra. Patient on the throw, but another holding call will negate a touchdown.
And they're taking themselves out of field goal range if they don't watch out. That's all the way back to the 20-yard line again, so to the 19. So that'll take them back to the 24-yard line. And it is third and goal again. This series will never end.
Yeah, it never ends. The Apaches again with 2 touchdowns negated.
Send 3 receivers out wide to the right side. This time they go tight end left with Johnson. Ball to the near hash. Three receivers wide right. Haynes in the backfield. 3rd and goal at the 24-yard line. Snap it to Garrett, keep it on the ground. Haynes has got a big hole inside the 15, down to the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Send the field goal unit out and see if they can at least salvage 3 out of this.
Yeah, they improved their field goal status at the very least. Pretty good run that time.
Well, that one just wasn't in the cards.
It was not.
Penalties take away 2 scores.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to settle for the field goal. How about that?
And they will.
This will be I'll mark this ball at the 18-yard line. So this will be a 28-yard field goal. Not much of an angle here for the LSU walk-on transfer, Daniel Mathis, to try to make it 17-0. The operation's good. Kick is on the way, and the Apaches get the field goal. And with 24 seconds to go in the opening quarter, 17-0 Apaches. Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTPB. Nothing Apaches after the field goal. The kick taken at the 5-yard line. Upfield, cutting right to the near side, near the 20-yard line. The Blinn return man, Maurice Starr, well covered by the Apaches, and they get him at the 18-yard line. 17-0 Apaches.
Well, the Apaches, 3 possessions, 3 scores this time, a field goal, 11 plays, 45 yards. Make that 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
And they had 2 touchdowns taken off the board by penalties and settled for the field goal. So back in the ball game is the original quarterback, Gunnar Nelson, and a handoff coming near side for only a couple that time is 3 gold shirts, and they keep pushing. It's the rugby scrum to the 20, so they'll wind up getting a couple of yards that time, but a whole passel of Apaches around that play before they finally bring him to the ground. Among them, Trey Young Henderson, a linebacker from Austin, and the Apaches have a Blinn second down. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter, it's 17-0 Apaches over Blinn. Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTPB.
At Mike Carter Field. Notice for trunk or treat starting at 4:30 p.m. Followed by a special TJC baseball game at 6 p.m. with TJC baseball taking the field.
Apaches up 17-0 over the Buccaneers as the Blinn quarterback, Gunnar Nelson, will run it this time and slides down and will we'll get a penalty here on Tyler. He tried to slide in front of an Apache, and it was a little too late for, I think, Willie Nelson to pull up, and he nailed him that time at about the 32-yard line. So you'll tack on 15
Yeah.
yards. 17-0 the Apaches as we open the second quarter here at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium.
And for the second time today, the Apaches had great coverage but left the middle of the formation, middle of the football field wide open for the quarterback to get upfield for a first down and tack on the personal foul yardage.
When Gunnar Nelson slid, again, that is it's hard for the Apaches, anybody to pull up at time, I'm sure. Actually, they're going to call Tate Bullock, I believe, for the foul. But be that as it may, they'll tack 15 more on. 17-0. The Apaches have a couple of touchdown runs by Lee and Haynes. They've dominated the game so far. And a 28-yard field goal by Mathis. And now Blinn has it first down at their own 46-yard line. They go right to left on your device here in the second quarter. Tyler with 5 guys up, and here comes the blitz. Inside handoff, and a big play by Tyler. Coming into the backfield, Day Ross is having himself a day. The former TJC Apache all over Samaj Gaston for a loss of about 3 yards to the 43.
Yeah, good penetration, but even a better tackle that time by Ross. Nicely done.
So Chapel Hill Bulldog, 5'11 freshman, Day Ross, who transferred from Missouri State, makes it second down and 13. Ross now up into one of the gaps over the left guard as the Apaches show blitz again here, and Gunnar Nelson will throw it near side. That ball caught near side, and he is across midfield and out of bounds. Apaches run the wide receiver out of bounds, Traveris Turner-Smith, as TJC runs him out of bounds just across the midfield stripe. It'll still be third down. Bryson Burgess, check that, number 13 is Broderick Brown that time who made the catch. No, Burgess. Bryson Burgess made the tackle for Tyler, third down and 4.
The Apaches just lost him out of the in the flats that time.
All right, so 3 receivers split out wide to the right side, ball on the near hash. 5 guys up on the defensive front for Tyler. Blitz coming. Back to pass Nelson. Nelson on the run. Nelson's going to have to throw it downfield, and that ball is incomplete at the 40-yard line, as Burgess had good coverage that time, and the pass rush was just too much for Gunnar Nelson, intended for Cedric Nash, but they chased him all the way to the near side of the field toward the Tyler bench, and it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, TJC has done a great job in coverage and had forced the quarterback basically to throw that where it could not be caught, and so good pressure on the quarterback and good coverage.
Now, Mateo de Hoyos will come out there, but again, don't rule out a Blinn fake.
Yeah.
They've got nothing to lose. It'll be 4th and 4, and they're on Tyler's end of the field, so do not rule out a fake here, and I think the Apaches get that as they line up at the Tyler 48-yard line. See if Mateos punts it. Well, they'll snap it to him, and he will kick the ball away, trying to pin Tyler deep, and this ball will bounce at the 15-yard line and take a Blinn roll to the 12. Good job that time by the Apache return man, number 33, Khalil Ewell, the homecoming king. Tyler will take over and move left to right here in the second.
Yeah, Ewell's got to get away from that football. He's playing with fire there, standing a little too close to it. I think they let him know once he came off the sideline, but the Apaches have the ball.
Let's take a 10-second station ID on the team on AM 600 KTVB. The Apaches lead. They've got the ball just outside their 11-yard line here early second quarter. Tight formation left and right. And they go back to pass. Guerra looks left and is going to throw the deep ball intended for Henry, and he was open, but he overthrows him at midfield. Henry was there, and he was running free that time. He had about a two-step gap on the defensive back. It'll be second down.
On a corner route, he was wide open. Split the defenders that time, but overthrew the pass by Guerra.
Guerra comes in at 66% completion percentage. Again, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks this year. And he has been a very solid player for the Apaches. And they'll throw this quick slant this time. And it is basic, gives up some of the yardage and then gets it back out to the 20-yard line on a quick slant to the 20, a gain of 8. Third down coming up.
Yeah, Basis got to get upfield. He tried to get more than what they were allowed, trying to give him up. He's got to catch that and get upfield.
Third down and 2. The Apache have been running the ball very well, but they've thrown 2 passes to start this drive. Third down 2, and they favor the left hash, and they throw it quickly to Amari Henry, and that's a first down to the 23-yard line. Henry got enough for the first down, not much more. as they're all over him, but that is a Tyler first down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you do. Henry did the right thing, caught a short pass and turned it directly upfield. Didn't try to run it outside.
To the 24-yard line, near side, the short side. Hilburn tight right, back to pass Guerra again. Guerra's going to throw it deep down the near side. Got Besa, caught at the 40 and gone. Besa to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Apaches. The field is clear of flags, and that will be a 76-yard touchdown to Elijah Besa.
Well, he got behind the defense, but there were two receivers wide open that time. He had his choice. Either one of them would have caught it for a touchdown, and that's how wide open those two receivers were. Great pass by Guerra. Hit him in stride.
Apache's running away with it right now. They have a 23-0 lead with the extra point to come. 12:19 to go in the second quarter. Good-looking Tyler team. Good-looking start to this game. Mathis is on to hold. The holder are on to kick. Brian Ramirez, the punter, is the Tyler holder. And the operation on the extra point is good, and it is a 24-0 Tyler lead. 12:19 to go in the second quarter. TJC 24, Blinn nothing. We're back in 1 minute on AM 600 KTBB. Kick away by Seth Baggett, and it's a touchback. It lands about 2 yards deep in the end zone. That was a 76-yard Guerra to Besa touchdown, and it was a beauty.
Yeah.
And Tyler has a 24-0 lead.
Well, and for the Apaches, that's 4 possessions, 4 scores. That was 4 plays, 88 yards, 1 minute and 2 seconds.
So the Blinn Bucks will find themselves in a deep hole here as they start this next possession. Gunnar Nelson back out at quarterback for the Buccaneers. And they will line up this time with a new running back in the ball game. Barrow 25-yard line going right to left in the second quarter. About 12 minutes to go. Nelson looks right, throws right, ball caught, but a great defensive play coming up from the edge to make the play. Cornerback Jannard Lockhart, who just undercut Terry Lawrence, the running back that time. By the way, there is a new quarterback in the game. They've gone to their third quarterback, Trevor Long, a freshman, and they actually lose a yard on that play.
They're searching for answers again. They played 2 quarterbacks last week, and each of them threw 2 interceptions. That's well played by Lockhart, as you talked about. Nice tackle.
If you got 4 quarterbacks, you got none.
Yep.
Second down and 11. Trevor Long in the ball game. 4 wide receivers, 1 back this time. Blitz coming. Long throws it up the near side, and that's incomplete. And coverage by Jannard Lockhart. There was contact on the way upfield, but no call that time intended for Tyler Arrington. Jannard Lockhart had great coverage, and he turned his head around, looked back for the ball, which gives him some latitude when you do that, right?
Yeah, well played. Again, the defensive backs, the secondary is having a great day so far, and everybody so far for TJC and doing a good job.
Third down and 11. Blinn at their own 24-yard line. Tyler's up 24-0. They have totally dominated this game. The third-ranked Apaches looking good right at the moment. Back at pass. Looking, blitz coming, throw the ball upfield. That is caught at the 40-yard line, or did he bobble it and lose it?
Yeah, he dropped it.
They say he dropped the ball. That was Savion Conte, and he did not come down with the ball. It'll be 4th down. When he was bobbling it, then when he hit the ground, I guess the thing popped out.
That's not on the quarterback. You got to catch that one. That's a dig route by the receiver. That's a pretty good pass by the quarterback. That's a first down if he catches it, and he should catch that one.
Yeah, right to him.
Yeah.
Got to bring that one in. So good job, good throw that time by the freshman Trevor Long, but it still ends up in a punt formation.
They're going to challenge it. We got a challenge coming up.
We do have a replay system
Mahon
here.
threw the red flag. I didn't know they had red flags.
Now, well, they've got that tent over there.
Yeah.
They can now. It's not like a college or a pro game.
Yeah.
But they do have a system because we do have, obviously, we're also broadcasting on the TJC Internet website today.
Yeah.
So there is technology to give them another look at it. It's not going to be quite as good as what you would see in the Texas-Oklahoma game, which is about to start here in about 45
But I'm
minutes.
guessing I'm thinking this is the first time I've ever seen the red flag thrown. We've had reviews before, not many. I think we had one at Blinn last year.
Yeah.
First time I've seen the red flag.
Oh, maybe he brought his own red flag.
I think, it looks like a fake red
Or
flag.
maybe our buddy Danny Palmer gave him a red flag. We love us some Danny Palmer, and Ryan was his offensive coordinator for a number of years here before he took the Blinn job. But there's definitely a former TJC tent to this game. Danny Palmer, 13 years, a very successful head coach here at TJC. Danny left here, did a great run here. Danny's in his late 70s and still loves to coach.
Yeah, he's, I don't think they're going to have to drag him out of here. But, yeah.
Well, we love us some Danny Palmer, and talked to him before the game, and, of course, to Coach Mahon as well. And Ryan throws the flag, and so they're over there. They have to walk all the way across the field.
Yeah.
Tyler Crone, our referee, and one of their officials are official over there. And the ruling on the field was that Conte did not maintain possession when he hit the ground.
Incomplete pass is the call on the field.
And, again, not sure there's enough information to overturn. We don't know.
They're taking a long look at it. We don't get many replays in junior college football.
Well, they've looked at what they're going to look at, and the referee, Tyler Crone, is going to trot out here. He's a young guy, too, by the way.
Really young, and I think
Great to see
the play's going to be upheld.
All right.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Fourth down.
All right, so it will be fourth down.
They don't use stands anymore. The ruling on the field stands. They don't use that. Now they use upheld.
Upheld.
Yeah.
That just sounds better.
It does.
It's
it
just
sounds,
more official.
It's a classier term, I think.
Punting is back out.
It's more of a legal term. Right?
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Don't go too over the top here on me today, okay? All right, from the 10-yard line, Mateo De Hoyos, the Blinn punter, to kick it away. 24-0 Apaches. They should get decent field position out of this. Low snap. De Hoyos will kick it away. Returnable. Khalil Ewell at the 41-yard line. Ewell runs into one of his own guys, still on his feet, and he now moves to the left side. He broke 2 tackles and gets it up to the 48, maybe the 49-yard line. Whole lot of moving, whole lot of running for about a 5-yard return by Khalil Ewell, and the Apaches will have great field position.
Yeah, he's chomping at the bit to return one. He finally got a second chance to get it, and I'll try to make something out of it. Did a lot of running around. I know.
To return a punt on the day you're named homecoming king.
I think that's why he's trying to make it happen, right? He's going after everything. Pretty good return.
How cool would that be, huh?
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, that would be awesome. All right. Anyway, first down for the Apaches at the 49-yard line. They're up 24-0. Second quarter, 11-16 left to go in the second period. Into the ball game, the Apaches have a new running back in the game, and they'll pick up about 5 here to the 46-yard line. Got to check the number of the Apache. Oh, that's Aaron Johnson, the fullback. That's only his second carry of the year. His first one was a touchdown.
Well, that was a pretty good carry on first down. Got about 5.
So fullback Aaron Johnson is in the ball game as the Apaches go with him in the backfield. Johnson is from New Orleans, John Curtis High School. 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line of the Bucks. Johnson stays in. They go slot left in a tight formation. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Garrett to throw. Garrett steps up, got a clean pocket, gets it to Hilburn. He'll pick up about 7. Check that, about 5. Down to the 43-yard line. He'll be about 1.5 yards short of the first down on the slant to Jens Hilburn. Hilburn caught that pass last week and won the game at New Mexico Military. 3rd down and short for the Apaches at the Buccaneer 43-yard line. 3rd and 2 to go. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. As the Apaches line up, they have a new tight end in the ballgame. Parker Iverson out of Keller is in as a slot right for the Apaches. from that far hash on a 3rd down and 2. Aaron Johnson's in. They're going to hand it to him. Johnson is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and will be taken down. So it'll be 4th down for the Apaches. See what they do. Deuce Williams, sophomore defensive tackle, made the play. No gain. 3rd, 4th down and 2 coming up, and they're going to send the punt team out.
Yeah, a little surprised by that. I think they were hoping to get half of the yardage there on 3rd down. They didn't get any, so they're going to punt it away. I think if they get any positive yardage, they probably go for it on 4th down.
First time we've seen punter Brian Ramirez as a punter today. He's been active as a holder. The Apaches with a 24-0 lead. And the young man from Ferris is out there to kick it away. Stands at the 40-yard line. 4th and 3 for the Apaches. Snap the ball. And Ramirez trying to hit the corner. And this pretty good-looking kick downfield will bounce at the 10. And it'll take a goes into the end zone. There's a flag down.
It might be a 1st down for the Apaches.
Did they rough the punter?
They roughed him and ran into it. I don't think it matters. They only needed 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards.
Ball hit at the 10. Looked like Javius Lyons tried to judge that ball, but he didn't expect it to take a roughing the kicker. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Had it even been running into that, it would have given them a 1st down, but they'll get the big one.
Wow. So Blinn, in addition to kind of being outmanned today and not having a quarterback that they really trust right now, they just killed themselves with a 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty. That was the big one.
Yeah, and they had gotten their first stop, right? That was the Apaches' first punt.
Wow, ball at the 29-yard line. 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter, 24-0. The Apaches with the lead. Over the Blinn Buccaneers. Ball's at the 29-yard line going left to right. TJC with the lead. Jordan Green, the tight end. Again, a tight formation this time as they go very tight with the formation. Flags all over the field. Handoff, Johnson. Tackle for no gain. So maybe the Apaches give this one back. This might well have been a motion penalty on Tyler.
2 flags, and so I didn't see any movement, but maybe somebody lined up off sides.
Or offsides on Blinn. Let's see what they say. They're kind of aiming it toward the Tyler end of the field. The young lady that we talked to before the game.
Did she throw her flag?
She may have been the one who threw that flag. So she can't, even with those long fingernails.
With fingernails, yes, she can throw them. Both were off time. Well, 2 penalties, 1 on each side.
Offside.
They'll offset.
Number 79. The penalty's offset. Replay 1st down.
All right. Replay 1st down, the 29. So offsides, illegal motion on Tyler, offsides on Blinn. It'll be 1st down at the 29 all over again.
The offside penalty was on number 91.
James Lee is back in the ball game for Tyler as the running back after the experiment with fullback Aaron Johnson. Far side to short side. Tight end lined up to the right this time. 2 receivers that way in a rollout. Guerra looking, throws the ball, completes the pass to Iverson, the tight end, and he picks up about 9, maybe 10. His first catch of the year. Might well be a Tyler 1st down, and will be. The new tight end, Parker Iverson, a freshman from Keller, makes the play. 1st down, Apache.
Yeah, he's a big target at 6'5". Nice job by Guerra on the rollout. Patient throw for the 1st down.
So Trey Guerra and the Apaches on that 1st down at the 29, rolling right. Iverson, the tight end, has the 1st down. He stays in the game. Lonnie Johnson make that. Jordan Green is in. Double tight end this time. 2 receivers to the left. And James Lee is the Apache in the backfield. They'll hand the ball to him. And somebody lost a helmet, an Apache. And Leroy Woolridge lost his helmet. 2-yard gain by Tyler. And he'll have to come out of the game. Almost a little extracurricular at the end of that play.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Could have easily had a flag thrown on him. Kind of shoved the defender after the play.
Looked like he threw an elbow at him, too, almost.
Got to be careful.
2nd down. Tyler's been really good this year at avoiding that kind of thing. It has helped them in the NEO and the Trinity Valley game. The other teams got way more penalties because of that. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain at the 17-yard line. This time from the near hash mark. 2 receivers left and back to throw. Garrett throws left side. That ball caught at the 5-yard line, and Jamari Henry toward the end zone. Jamari Evans, touchdown Apaches. Pass to Evans, and he goes in for 6. Touchdown Tyler, but a flag down.
There's a flag down, but I'm not sure this is against the Apaches. I think it's against Blinn. We'll get the call, but the touchdown should stand.
Jamari Evans with the touchdown, his first of the year if it stands. And they're still talking it over.
Yeah, it's going to be against Blinn. The touchdown will stand.
The play is a touchdown. Personal foul, rubbing the passer, defense, number 44. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
30-0 Tyler. Touchdown pass to Evans.
Yeah, good-looking pass. First of all, as a defender flashed in front of the receiver that time, and great concentration by Evans.
And the extra point would make it 31-0. This game went to double overtime last year, with the Apaches all over the Bucks this afternoon. Mathis with the extra point. It is good. And Tyler leads it 31-0. 7:41 to go in the second quarter. Back in 1 minute. AM 600 KTVB.
6 plays.
And Blinn will take over the 25-yard line. Bill Coates and Kevin Simon, Christus Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium. 7:41 to go in the second quarter. Tyler 31, Blinn nothing.
Yeah, that's 5 possessions, 5 scores for the Apaches. 6 plays, 51 yards, 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Guerra's second touchdown pass of the day, a 17-yarder to Jamari Evans. His 14th touchdown of the year. And the Apaches all over the Bucks midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, and, you know, the Apaches, I believe, played a much tougher non-conference schedule than Blinn did, and I think that's showing up today.
Yep, and so the Apaches with the lead, Blinn with the ball from their own 25 going right to left, near side, the short side. And they've used 3 quarterbacks already today. Here's a handoff to the outside and a big hole upfield, up near midfield before they finally take the running back out of bounds. That was a great run that time, as bouncing it outside this time as Johanny KK Kanaru, and it'll be a first down for the Bucks at the 49-yard line.
That was their best play of the first half. Nice job of blocking to the right side of the formation to spring him.
All right, so Blinn with their best offensive run of the day by a wide margin. And they have it at their own 49-yard line, going right to left. 31-zip, the Apaches with the lead. Blinn with the ball. Again from the 49, they stay in that shotgun formation with a man in motion. Tyler will blitz, back to pass. The young quarterback, Long, is going to throw it down the right side, and this will be knocked away, and a flag coming on Tyler, as that was clearly pass interference on King White, who never got his head around. He was all over the receiver there, and that should be a penalty against the Apaches.
Yeah, at the very least, you have to get your head around. He was all up in the chest of the wide receiver. It's an easy call. Now there is a flag also behind the play. Maybe we get offsetting penalties. We'll see.
My goodness. Would that be holding on Blinn? If it is, that would offset. Let's see what Tyler Crone has to say, a referee.
Offense, number 75.
Wow.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. With penalties offset. First down.
Boy,
Blinn's having, they're having
a rough time.
Tough first half, and even when they get a penalty, the Apaches get called for when they seem to even things out with one of their own.
All right, so that'll offset. So King White escapes the penalty that time. It'll be first down all over again. The 49 Apaches blitz. Handoff coming near side, and KK has the ball, and he's got a nice room down to the 41-yard line. That may be a first down. He made a Tyler player miss. Very impressed with this guy. His name is Kalani Kanaru. He's from the Houston area, and he's had a couple of nice runs. And will that be a gain? They're going to call it a 9-yard gain to the 42, second down and 1.
Yeah, 2 of their best plays on this possession.
We're down to 6:29 to go in the second quarter. 31-0 Apaches. Blinn with the ball near side the short side. And Long Hands it to White. And he is nailed in the backfield. This time the Apaches were all over him. TJC had Jackson Stiles from Athens in there. And the other Apache in the backfield that time was Jamil Davis, the big defensive lineman from Atascocita. And a loss back to the 46-yard line. It'll be third down.
Yeah, such good penetration on the play and caused a loss of yardage.
Third down and 5 at the Tyler 46-yard line. Under 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Apaches with the big lead, and again they show blitz again. They're going to bring it at Long, and he's going to be flushed all the way back at the 40, and the pass almost intercepted in and out of the hands of David Longy, but there's another penalty flag down in the backfield, probably a hold.
In fact, 3 penalty flags, so I think it's an obvious hold against the Buccaneers. Now, do you take the penalty or do you take the play? It'll be fourth down if they decline it.
Longy, the freshman from Euless Trinity, had his hand on the ball and mad at himself he didn't come down with a pick.
Even worse, chop block.
15-yard penalty, third down.
Yeah,
So
you force them back.
Blocks.
Yeah, man.
So I guess you take that penalty.
Yeah, you force them back 15 yards.
Yeah, so you're going to get better field position. Again, it's going to be third and long. Got to still make the play. It'll be third and 20. Got to still get them off the field. But third down and 20 is the illegal chop block. Not one but 2 Buccaneers guilty that time, and so it'll be third down and 20 for the Bucs. Again, their freshman quarterback Trevor Long out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass. Tyler rushes 4. He's going to step up, throw the ball downfield. That ball caught and almost a first down. They made that over an Apache. He may be about a yard short, but it'll be fourth down and 1 on that completion. They did that very well to Tavares Turner-Smith. It'll be fourth and 1.
They gave him a better spot. They're going to give him the first down, move the chains. Yeah, he was short, but they gave him a better spot, and they'll move the chain.
Well, a very positive play for the Blinn Buccaneers. They made that first down. It was third and 20 with 5 minutes to go. Clock ticking. They got the ball at the Tyler 41-yard line. Hand off again. Got a little bit of running room for the outside, and the young man Kanuro has a gain of about 5 to the Tyler 36. He's been by far and away their best runner so far.
Yeah, pretty good plays, pretty good running plays, and knock in or include that pass play. They got the first down on third and 20.
So it'll be second and 5. We're at about 4:45 to go in the first half. 31-0 Apaches. But the Buccaneers, with a little drive of their own going, they overcame the penalty. Near side to short side, tight end lined up. Left, 3 receivers, right hand, Tyler blitzes. Long back to pass, throws the middle screen, and it's caught, but the pass was a little bit behind the receiver, Tavares Turner-Smith, and he went down immediately. It'll be third down.
If he catches that in stride, it's an easy first down and probably a lot more.
Third and 3, though, at the Tyler 34-yard line. 3 receivers split right, the tight end lined up to the left with his hand on the ground. Tyler puts 5 guys up, and on a third down and 3, Blinn's best drive of the day has them at the Tyler 34-yard line as we play late in the second quarter. Tyler again shows blitz here. What will they do? Run or pass, back to pass Long. Hit as he throws downfield, and this ball is going to be caught inside the 10. Back shoulder fake. Great catch by Tavares Turner-Smith. The coverage by the Apaches was pretty good that time. Jannard Lockhart had good coverage, but that was a great throw and an even better catch.
Yeah, Turner-Smith got his body around and snagged it out of the air and stayed in bounds at the same time.
Bucks at the Tyler 7-yard line. So this is, again, their deepest penetration of the day. We'll see if the Bucks can finish the drive, or do the Apaches make a stand here. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go before halftime. From the 7-yard line, Long, blitz coming. Long is going to throw the middle screen. Ball caught at the 5-yard line to the 2 to the 1, and he's into the end zone, but the ball popped out. There's a scramble. The Apaches come up with it, and it's going to be Tigers football. How about that? They complete the pass to Arrington, and he was stripped at the goal line into the end zone, recovered by the Apaches.
Yeah, I mean, just about everything is going wrong for Blinn now. I don't know if they can still challenge this because they lost it, because it'd be close. It was close to him crossing the goal line.
In the end zone, recovered by the defense. Result of play is a touchback. First down.
Since they already lost the challenge, I don't know if they have any more. But I would challenge that. That was pretty close.
Yeah, that would be one I would actually challenge. Yeah. But Tyler Arrington was wide open and looked like he was at the goal line, or maybe had again, if you looked at a replay, you would look at whether he was
pretty close
before he had the ball stripped if he had touched the plane. But they're not going to replay this, and Tyler's got the ball. How about that at the 20-yard line? Wow. So TJC takes over with 3:14 to go at their own 20-yard line. They already lead 31-0. Here's a handoff for no gain on the play by Tyler. Bucks all over Ashton Haynes that time. Well played by several Blinn Buccaneers, including number 44, Cameron Berry, a freshman defensive end. It'll be 2nd and 10. Boy, it looks like a real size mismatch up front with the Tyler offensive line, the Blinn D-line, just from up here. 2nd and 10. Guerra out of the shotgun. Slot left. Back to pass. Throws left side. Underthrows the intended receiver. Tyler not getting much done. It'll be 3rd down and long here after the pass intended for Jared Hughes. So Tyler at the 20-yard line, leading 31-0. 3rd down and long coming.
Underthrown that time on the out route. Guerra just undershot that one.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID as you listen to TJC Apache football. Third down and 10. The Apaches at their own 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Guerra will send Lonnie Johnson out in motion. Back to pass, 5-man rush. Guerra retreats back to the 10-yard line. They leave the middle of the field open, and Guerra's upfield to the 30. Guerra first down and slides at the 35-yard line. First down, Apaches. Blinn had a great pass rush that time with a blitz, and there is a penalty flag there.
Of course there is. Now we'll see if now the Apache had his helmet snatched off, so this might be against the Blinn defense.
Holding on Tyler, so wave off the first down.
10-yard penalty.
A lot of penalties out there, especially in the second quarter.
75 may not participate in the next down due to his helmet coming off.
Wyatt Payne's helmet was snatched that time, so he has to come out. So forget the first down. Tyler with ball back at the 10-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 20.
Yeah, pretty good play other than the penalty. Good decision by Guerra to get upfield.
Down to 2:24 left to go before halftime. Again, 31-0. The Apaches all over the Blinn Bucks here in the first half. And now on a 3rd and 20, they got the ball at the 10-yard line. Spread the field, 4 wide receivers, no tight end, and a running back. Back to pass again. Guerra steps up, throws the deep ball down the near side for Henry. Caught at midfield, first down, Tyler. Like rain, he dropped that one in to Amari Henry, and the Apaches have the first down. How about that pitch and catch? Trey Guerra can't throw the ball. You cannot throw it any better than Guerra just did. Air under the ball, right into the waiting arms of Amari Henry.
Yeah, that's a perfect pass. We get the 2-minute timeout.
And the 2-minute timeout. Tyler up 31-0. We're back in 30 seconds on AM 600 KTBB. Time into the waiting arms of Amari Henry. First down, Apaches in Blinn territory.
You know, Guerra struggled last week against New Mexico Military. Turned the ball over 4 times, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble. But, man, when he's on, and right now he's on. That was a perfect pass.
Oh, the Apaches, with 2 minutes to go, have a chance to add to this lead here. Again, the Bucks thought they had a touchdown a moment ago. They completed the pass to Tyler Arrington, but as he arrived at the goal line, it was stripped by an Apache and recovered in the end zone for a touchback, and the Apaches have it at the Buccaneer 33-yard line.
Yeah, good chance to take advantage of that opportunity, the turnover in the end zone.
So TJC going left to right on your device. They have the tight end Jordan Green in the game. Lonnie Johnson lined up left, double tight end, 2 receivers. A running back in the backfield, and Guerra out of the shotgun from the 33. Hand the ball to Lee. Back to Guerra. Throws it downfield, intended for Jordan Green, and he can't come up with it on the flea flicker at about the 5-yard line. So the Apaches run a gadget play that time, and Green comes down, and he's a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he was open. a better pass, and it's a first down. It's not a touchdown. I think Guerra rushed the pass that time, felt a little pressure, and the receiver, Green, is still down.
Reached out with his hand to try to bring it in, came down awkwardly on his arm, and so the Apaches have to tend to their fine tight end. Tyler, an embarrassment of riches there. They've got Jordan Green and Lonnie Johnson, and then today we have seen a very nice throw to a newcomer at that position that we've not seen much of this year, Parker Iverson, who made a nice catch earlier.
Now they got some guys, got some weapons, and again, Guerra's having a good day so far. He's been pretty much on the mark. A couple of passes off, but for the most part, he's throwing good passes.
While the TJC player is down, let's take a 30-second break. 31-0 Apaches, back in 30 on AM 600 KTBB. Cisco, that's a noon kickoff.
Yeah,
earliest game we've ever done there,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, well, the good news is we get to get out of there pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that part.
All right. He's up. That's good news, but Jordan Green is up, and after landing awkwardly, had his outstretched arm trying to bring that one in one-handed, not able to do so. It'll be second down at the 33-yard line, a minute 54 to go in the first half. 31-0. The Apaches lead the Blinn Bucks, who came in with a 3-2 record, a couple of those against prep teams, 1-2 in conference play. Tyler with the ball from the near hash. They spread the field. Two receivers left in a slot that way. Inside handoff, trying to get some yardage, and Ashton Haynes tackled after a 1-yard gain. Pretty well played that time by the Blinn Buccaneers, and Kalen Allen, one of their freshman linebackers, made a nice play. Called it a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And it's easy for me to see up here, but he missed the hole. The hole was to the left. It was wide open. He went right that time.
Well, 3rd and 9. And the Apaches at the 32-yard line. They're already up 31-zip. They can certainly add to that as the clock winds down with a minute 20 to go before halftime. An Apache in motion. Back to pass again, Guerra, and being chased all the way back to midfield. He runs to the left side and throws it downfield, and that ball is completed to Hughes, but he was way out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. So if you're Tyler, do you want to keep your offense out there and maybe take a shot at it here?
Depends on how you feel about your kicker. Looks like they're going to send the kicker out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a nice job this year. Ramirez has pinned 4 of those inside the 20. And does a good job. He came in averaging 39.6 yards a kick. And he's a second-year guy, so he knows what his job is here. They're going to send the field goal unit out. This is going to be a 49-yard field goal. Okay, my bad. They're going to try the 49-yard field goal. This would be Mathis, would be his longest of the year. Mathis to try a 49-yard field goal from the near hash. The kick is on the way. It's got the distance, and it is good from 49. Daniel Mathis with a 49-yard field goal right down the middle, and with a minute 6 to go in the first half, the Apaches lead 34-0. Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTBB.
6 possessions, 6 scores in the first half.
And headed toward a 6-0 record, 4-0 in conference play. Number 3 in the country coming into play this afternoon. Long, the freshman. Harrington in motion. Blitz coming. Tyler, as he throws the ball down the left side, way over the head of the intended receiver and almost intercepted. Closest guy there was King White, the Apache cornerback. It'll be second down. So they have gone, I guess, have decided to give this freshman an opportunity to play today. Probably not going to win this game. He is out of Corpus Christi, I think, with a 34-0 lead. Ryan Mahon says, let's take a look and see what this freshman has to offer here. He hadn't played much this year. I think he was 4 or 5 passing coming in here for 69 yards. Second down. Inside handoff, and the young man, young running back, KK Kanuro, to the 31-yard line for a pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4. We're down to 45 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll visit with the Apache band director, Jeremy Strickland, at halftime. It's homecoming and thought that appropriate today. 3rd down and 4 at the 31. Buccaneers would try to run a play here. 1 back, 4 wide, no tight end, back to throw again. The Apaches have Long running again. He's going to be hit, and they are all over him and knocked his helmet off that time. What a big lick by Willie Nelson. I mean, a jarring hit on Long, and it was clean because he was not on the ground. And I mean, the helmet went one way and the player went the other. Big lick by Willie Nelson. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, he just kind of lost his way and didn't see the Apache defender and took a huge hit. Timeout for TJC. They want the ball back.
Yeah, why not with 23 seconds left? They got 2 timeouts left. So they take a timeout, and the Buccaneers have it at the 28-yard line. This has been no contest today. Surprisingly easy for the Apaches. Blinn has a great football tradition that includes, of course, Cam Newton in their history and some national championships, but the Apaches have clearly outclassed them this afternoon.
Yeah, and again, we didn't know what to expect from Blinn because they played a couple of prep schools, right, in non-conference, and you never get a good feel for how good your team is when you play those teams. And so right now, I think it's playing out on the field right here. They're not as good as their stats represent.
We talked to Willie Fritz, the University of Houston coach, at Big 12 Media Days. He's an old Blinn coach. I knew him when he met him when he was coaching the Bucks, and they won 2 national championships with Willie Fritz as the head coach. So a little down right now, but a historically great program. 4th and 17, and the punt team is out there for the Bucks. Might the Apaches go after this one and maybe try to get more here as they come after this one, but able to block it well. Pretty good kick. It'll be fielded by Ewell at the 30-yard line. Here comes Ewell upfield to the 35. Ewell says no thank you to the fair catch and returns it to the 35. Tyler has 11 seconds and 2 timeouts to see if they can add anything to this.
Well, and so far, Blinn has 4 punts, an interception, and a fumble on their 6 possessions.
So the Apaches 65 yards away, probably about 30 yards to legitimately feel good about a field goal try here. Maybe 25. Time to run, well, with 2 timeouts, if you could run a couple of quick plays, you might be able to get 2 plays and 2 timeouts. That would be pushing it.
Yeah, in fact, you can tack on the holding yardage, so that'll back them up. I think they play it safe from here.
I think you kneel down here and you take your 34-0 lead into the locker room. Great first half for the Apaches, and a convincing lead over the Blinn Buccaneers here at halftime. Not quite there yet. 11 seconds to go. Looks like the Apaches will be under center here, and they will take a knee, and we'll go to halftime here momentarily. Snap it to Guerra. He takes a knee, and we go to halftime here at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. It's homecoming Saturday, and the fans have been treated to a big, big start for the TJC Apaches. Tyler 34 and Blinn nothing. We've got the Ogle Construction halftime show coming up on AM 600 KTBB. Yep, and I'll do a pretty quick deal, and then we'll get back into it, okay? 0-0.
Yeah, TJC outgained Blinn in the first half, 380 yards to 136. The Apaches had 167 on the ground, 213 through the air. Guerra was 11 for 19, 2 touchdown passes. Lee, 6 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown. Haynes, 9 carries for 71 and a touchdown. Henry, 3 catches for 67. Bates, 3 catches for 89 and a touchdown. And Evans, 2 catches, 33 and a touchdown.
Bill Coates and Kevin Simon at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium, the Stereo and Video Center broadcast booth. TJC up 34-0 over the Blinn Bucks. Tyler 5-0 coming in, 3-0 in the conference. Ranked number 3 in the nation. Bucks were 3-2 overall and 1-2 in the conference coming in. The Apaches well on their way to a 6-0 record, but they still have 30 minutes worth of work to do. Seth Baggett has it teed up here, and Blinn will have the first possession of the third quarter, going left to right on your device. Baggett, and the kick is away. This is returnable, but will be fair caught. And a touchback taken inside the 10-yard line. So the Apaches send their defense back out there. Again, a first half that saw Tyler dominate on both sides of the ball. They even kicked a couple of field goals, the longest of the year for Daniel Mathis, a 49-yarder, but just an impressive show, especially for the run game, I thought.
Yeah, the run game, of course, the offense went 6 for 6 and then nailed down at the end, but the defense was also 6 for 6. They had 6 stops, including 2 turnovers. So a good first half.
And again, Blinn thought they had a touchdown, but as the Arrington, their wide receiver, was nearing the goal line, he had it stripped and recovered by Tyler for a touchback. First down and 10 as we start the third quarter. Running play, and nothing much available for the running back that time, as the TJC linebacker, number 25 that time, Nazir Adams, a freshman from A&M Consolidated, comes in to make the tackle. It'll be second down and 9.
Yeah, good start on first down for the Apache defense. Got to keep it up. That all-important first possession to open up the second half.
Freshman quarterback Trevor Long stays in for the Blinn Buccaneers. I think they're committed to seeing just what they have in this young man from Corpus Christi. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Tyler with 4 men up on the defensive line. And on a second down and 9, a man in motion, and Long wants to throw. He's going to swing it out near his side. Ball caught for a short gain, but a big hit delivered after the catch by the Apache, Kerry Williams, a freshman safety from South Oak Cliff. Gain of maybe a yard. It'll be third down and 8 coming up.
Not much on the play. That's a great reaction and a good tackle. So a nice start again. Got to do it again here on third down.
KK Canaro, who made the catch that time, but a third down and 8 coming as the Apaches try to keep the momentum going, just underway in the third period here at Rose Stadium. Third down and 8, Long out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left. Tyler blitzes. They do a nice job to pick it up. He throws the pass. It's caught and short of the first down at the 34-yard line as Day-Day Ross makes an ankle tackle on Braylon Harris, and he'll be about 2 yards short.
That's a first down saving tackle by Ross. Looks like they'll send the punt team out. If he doesn't make that tackle, he easily has the first down and a lot more.
I'm a little surprised they punt. How about you?
Well, they're backed up there. They're on 33, so I guess if you're going to have a chance, you might go ahead and punt it here.
Yeah, except that you're down 34-0.
I know, yeah.
But it's fourth down. Again, keep an eye on the possible fake. The punter, Mateo De Hoyos, may not be the guy to do it, but keep in mind that Blinn might take a chance here. Fourth down and 2 at their own 33-yard line, as the Apaches apparently are going to get Blinn off the field here. And they do snap it. It's a high snap over his head, and this is going to be bad news back inside the 10-yard line for the Buccaneers, as the Apaches will take over near the 6-yard line. The high snap over Mateo De Hoyos' head. He fell on it, and it'll be first and goal Apaches inside the 10.
Just about everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the Buccaneers, and they open up the second half the same way they ended the first half.
So it'll be first and goal Apaches at the 7-yard line, as the Apaches will open, knocking at the touchdown door. Looks like Luke Ulrich will come into the ball game. Guerra may get to sit the entire second half, and Luke Ulrich, the transfer from Stephen F. Austin, the young man from Colleyville Heritage, who is one of 2 passing, 9 runs for 35 yards and 2 touchdowns, will get his first extended game action of the year, really extended. He may get the entire second half. Tyler goes with an I formation. Ulrich to throw, and he's hit as he throws downfield, and it's tipped by Lonnie Johnson, who had his right hand on it, couldn't bring it in. Second down and goal. He took a lick.
He did
at the end.
He got blasted, got the football off, and nearly pulled it off for the touchdown, but he took a big hit.
Lonnie Johnson, the big transfer tight end from SMU, not able to bring that in. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. Elijah Besa and Amari Henry, the wide receivers. Lonnie, the tight end, with his hand on the ground to the right. Aaron Johnson and James Lee are the running back tandem. Ulrich is under center here in a conventional-looking formation. Ulrich wants to throw the fade to the far side, and this is going to be incomplete and almost will be pass interference. Intended for Besa, and a whole lot of pushing and shoving. Cedric Larnett was the cornerback covering on the play, and I think they may call pass interference.
It is pass interference. I thought it was pretty good coverage. There was some pushing and shoving by both guys, but they'll be tagged. Blinn, again, everything that could go wrong is going wrong for the Buccaneers.
Again, I thought Besa also was a little bit guilty down there.
That's what I'm saying. They were both pushing and shoving, and so, the Apaches get the break.
All right, they've got the ball at the 2-yard line. They lead 34-0. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. They stay in that I formation, look under center. Ulrich with the ball on the near hash. Henry to the near side and Besa to the far side. Ulrich can run it himself. He's a big kid, but he's going to hand the ball off, and Ashton Haynes fumbled it. It's picked up by an Apache, and they will maintain possession. Well, again, Ulrich is new, and he and Lee never made connection. And Wyatt Payne, the Apache left tackle, fell on that ball, and now it'll be 2nd and goal, and they're right back at the 6-yard line, not near the 7.
Yeah.
They're back where they started on this possession.
That's right. Yeah, and again, your backup quarterback. I'm not sure if it's just a matter of the game is, they feel like they have the game in hand. I'm not sure why you would pull Guerra this early.
3 minutes into the second half. 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. Ulrich will hand the football off to Haynes, and Haynes gets it back to the 3-yard line. So Ashton Haynes gets part of that back. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 3 coming up here. And some players have to be separated here. Fellas, a little late for all that. Might ought to play the game out. You're not going to prove much here right now, pushing and shoving. The game is probably out of hand at this point, but the Apaches do have it. 3rd and goal at the 3. Ashton Haynes stays in. Ulrich, the quarterback. Lonnie Johnson splits out the slot as a receiver, and 2 to the right and 1 to the left. So 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Look for Ulrich to possibly run with it. He's going to roll out. He's being chased. He's at the 5-yard line to the 2 to the 1, and he's in. Touchdown. Touchdown Apaches. Ulrich, a big kid rolling out. He was hit in the air, but still rolls in for the score. And it's 40-0 Tyler.
Wow. And just a great job of rolling out. Couldn't find an open receiver. Give them credit in coverage, but nice job by Ulrich at the goal line to punch it in.
3rd touchdown rushing this year for Ulrich. And again, the Apaches look to add to this with Daniel Mathis, who's already kicked 2 field goals today. Has really solidified the spot after a slow start, but he has kicked this extra point. And the Apaches now lead it 41-0. Tyler 41, Blinn nothing. Back in 1 minute. AM 600 KTBB.
4 plays, 7 yards.
Baggett has it teed up to kick it away here. This kick is deep and will most likely be fair caught, dropped in the end zone, and this ball is loose at the 10-yard line and picked up by the Buccaneers. I thought for a minute that Maurice Starr was going to fair catch. That ball hit him in the numbers, and he couldn't control. At that point, he had to run with it and manages to advance it out to about the 18-yard line. I think he wanted to fair catch, but when it hit him, he had to go get it.
Well, that's what he's been doing most of the game is fair catch, and he tried to go ahead and field that one. Now you see why he fair catches them all. That time he almost lost it.
Yep, and so On a day when Blinn has had very little go right, and they almost had another mistake there. Instead, it's first down for the Bucks at the 18-yard line as Long stays in the game as the quarterback, hands the ball out to Canaro. Canaro can run with it, and he gets it upfield to about the 27, 28-yard line, picked up about 9 yards. I like this young man. J.K. Canaro has been pretty effective, and they're going to give him a full 10 out to the 29 and a first down.
Yeah, he's not a big guy, but he's got speed and able to turn the corner for the first down.
He's been their best offensive weapon. It'll be first down at the 29-yard line. They send 3 receivers out to the near side. Apaches put 5 up on the line. Looks like they're going to bring the blitz. Handoff going left, and on the jet sweep, nice open field tackle on that inside sweep made that time by Apache David Longy, the freshman from Euless Trinity, and that's actually a loss of a yard. It'll be second down.
Well, turned him back inside and made the tackle. Nice job by Longy.
Second down and 11 with 28-yard line. We're down to 10:20 to go in the third quarter. Tyler up 41-0 in this game. 4 down linemen, 3 down linemen, a stand-up defensive end and a handoff. And again, Canaro to the outside, breaks a tackle. He's upfield and has another first down. He made an Apache miss that time, and finally TJC got somebody over there, Bryson Burgess, to make the tackle, but the Bucks have a first down.
Tough running again to move the chains. Just lowered his head at the end of that and got the first down.
To the 39-yard line. The Bucks going left to right on your device. They wear blue pants, white jersey, white helmet with the blue numeral and logo. Tyler in their white pants, gold jersey, black helmet, black numerals. Back to pass. Long, looking, flushed out. Eyes downfield, looking, and he's going to tuck it and run out of bounds at the 39, no gain. Nowhere to throw. Again, like you've said all day, the coverage has been good.
It really has been. The pressure's been pretty good as well, and that time they didn't leave the middle of the formation open for him to step up and pick up the first down. So good pursuit and good coverage.
Quentin McDowell chased him out of bounds for TJC, redshirt sophomore from La Vega in the Waco area. Beautiful what's the name of that little town going into Waco? Oh, I'll think of it here in a minute. Second down. Hand the ball off, and this time the Canaro gets 2 before the Apaches wrap him up. Longy on the tackle. It'll be third down and 8. What's that town? We talk about it all the time. I'm drawing a blank on that. Anyway, one of the more scenic towns in Texas. Going in on Highway 31 into Waco. Third down and 8 at the 41-yard line. Third quarter, 41-0 Apaches. They put 6 up on the line of scrimmage. Looks like on the third and long they're going to blitz. Back to pass Long. Has some time. That ball tipped and almost intercepted, but then caught after an Apache tipped it, and it went right into the waiting arms of Braylon Harris, who stuck with it, to his credit. Is there another flag down?
There's a flag down. The motion man was going toward the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure that's the call. It's offsides against the Apaches.
All right, so good play that time by the Bucks after that tip. Good on Braylon Harris for sticking with that, and he took that away from Apache. He was trying to intercept that tip pass. First down at the Tyler 44-yard line. Bucks have the ball in the middle of the field. They go tight formation to the left, and the Apaches bring the blitz again. Long does a good job of getting rid of it. He passes the ball, and that's going to be a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Downfield across to Javon Duncan, and close to another first down. Again, what I like about this young man is his quick release. He knows they're coming.
He's getting rid of the football.
But he's been getting rid of it. I like him. And the Bucks might have found themselves something today. They're clearly going to stick with him for the rest of the game. First down to Tyler 34. Run blitz coming again. This time they get Gennaro, and it's Longy again. Longy's having himself a game today. And David Longy, who came in having 3.5 tackles behind the line of scrimmage, just got another one there.
Yeah, well, he's pretty good at tackling, and he's made a couple of great tackles on the running back.
So that's a loss back to the 38-yard line. We're midway through the third quarter. I don't know if they've got a running clock going, but this thing is trickling away pretty fast. Second down and 14 at the 34, and Long's going to throw it down the left side. That ball tipped away by the Apaches. Good coverage downfield by TJC's Tate Bullock. They knocked it away. It'll be third down.
That's a great job by Bullock. He's got his hand up just in time. He never got his head around, but he didn't make contact, so it didn't matter there. But he got his hand up in the air just in time to block that ball.
Second leading interceptor, Willie Nelson's 3 leads the team. Bullock has 2. And it'll be third down at 14 at the Tyler 38-yard line. 3rd and 14 at the TJC 38. 3 receivers split left. Tyler again shows blitz. They'll bring one. Coming right up the middle. Long throws it downfield. That ball is incomplete going up, and I thought for a moment that Japhon Duncan might have that ball. He should have caught that thing. Might have been out of bounds anyway, but there was room over there in front of their bench. It'll be 4th down.
Young Henderson, the cornerback, jarred that ball loose. He was coming down in bounds with it, but he took a big hit.
He got a hand on it.
Yeah,
right?
from Young Henderson and knocked it loose. 4th down.
You saw that better than me then. 4th down and 14, and why not? They're going to go for it at the Tyler 38-yard line. Nothing to lose here in a 41-0 game. All the receivers lined up left, which is the short side toward the Blinn bench, back to pass. Blitz coming again. Long throws the screen. Oh, that's a good play. He'll be short of the 1st down, though, by about a yard. Good open field tackle made by T.J. Williams, I think, over there. Also in on that play for the Apaches. Let's see who else I'm going to give credit. I think King White may have had a hand in that, but he's short of the 1st down by about a yard. Man, that is close, and they really had an open up Reed Robinson, the tight end, on a drag route, and I thought he had it.
It was just about there, but the Apaches give up some yardage on that possession and even on that play, but again, they're still pitching a shutout.
7 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Apaches take over at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, great job by the defense, and really, as we talked about, all 3 areas getting it done today.
7 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. 41-0. The Apaches with the lead. They go right to left on your device here in the 3rd quarter. From their own 25-yard line, Ulrich is the quarterback. Pitch coming inside to Hilburn. Hilburn's got room. Hilburn to the 40 on the jet sweep. 45-yard line. Jens Hilburn with a 20-yard gain on the jet sweep. The young man who was the hero last week with a Hail Mary catch in the end zone to beat New Mexico Military picks up 20.
Hilburn had 3 catches in that game last week, over 100 yards, 102, and 2 touchdowns.
He was a defensive back in high school, too. And the inside handoff coming left to Ashton Haynes for 4 out to the 49-yard line. Tough running by Haynes. And a good stop made that time by the Bucks after he generated some momentum. And the last guy up at the end of that play being helped up that time was the Blinn defender, and that looks like that's going to be Jeremiah Richardson. And it'll be a gain of 4, maybe 5, out to midfield, 2nd and 5. Apaches will snap this ball right at the 50-yard line. The painted yard line with the hash mark just to the left of Jamin Lee, the Tyler center. Snap the football. Back to pass. Ulrich. Ulrich tries to step up and will get 2 or 3 yards, but he's tripped up. Again, he tends to want to run. Didn't stay in the pocket. Well, the pocket was collapsing around him. That's a 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 1. So TJC with a 3rd and 1 at the 46-yard line. Slot right, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Blinn loads up the front here, expecting a Tyler run play here. As Ulrich, the Tyler quarterback here, replacing Trey Guerra, who has retired for the afternoon. Snap. Ulrich's going to keep it, and Ulrich's a big kid, and he may have gotten the 1st down in spite of himself.
Well, they're going to spot him a little short. I thought he got enough of a push, but they're not going to spot it. They're not going to give him the spot.
Ulrich took that ball and decided to run with it. It'll be 4th and 1. The Apaches will keep the offense out.
Might as well, yeah. The defense has been great throughout, so might as well give it a shot, try to work some more clock in the process.
5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Apaches with the 41-0 lead over the Buccaneers. 4th down and about a yard at the Buccaneer 46-yard line. Tight formation to the right with 3 receivers. Ulrich throws the bubble screen to the far side to Hilburn, makes the catch, has it, and more. To the 40 down to the 39, 38-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID as you listen to TJC Apache football. Going deep down the far side, pitch and catch, touchdown Apaches. Wide open for the 2nd time today is Jamari Evans, touchdown Tyler, 38 yards out.
Yeah, just on a go route, perfect pass by Ulrich. A nice job of catching the football, even though he had a step or 2 on the defensive back. Nice job by Evans.
Ulrich's first touchdown pass of the year. And TJC leads it 47-0 with the extra point to come by Mathis. So the Apaches put an exclamation point on this one. And here comes Mathis with the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Tied her up 48-0 with 4:17 to go in the third. Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTBB. Apaches bag its kick to Starr. It is fair caught at the 3-yard line, and it'll be a touchback rule. Tyler will, the Blinn Bucks will take over at the 25-yard line. That was a 38-yard touchdown pass from Luke Ulrich to Jamari Evans, his second of the day, 48-0.
And a 75-yard scoring drive, 6 plays, 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Again, Luke came in with only 2 passes all year, 1 for 2. He's had a chance to work on that. He's also scored a rushing touchdown, his third of the year, and the Bucks back out there. Again, their freshman Long stays in the ball game. Give him some extensive work here this afternoon, along with this young running back that I like so much. About a 5-yard gain that time by the young man from the Houston area, KK Kanaru, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trying to move this thing along. Tyler spreads it out defensively. 5 men up, including a linebacker, King White. No, cornerback blitz coming from White. They're coming after him. They'll throw the middle screen. It is incomplete, intended for Robinson, the tight end, and coming up to make a ankle tackle just in case. That time for the TJC Apaches was Javius Lyons. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, well played by Lyons. He's going to lose yardage, so in a way that actually works out in favor of Blinn. They would have lost yardage had he caught the football. Good tackle anyway. Good play by Lyons.
It's 3rd down. Ball at the 31. 3rd down. Called it about 4 for the Buccaneers. They sent 2 receivers wide to the far side, which is the wide side of the field toward the Buccaneer bench, and 2 wide right. TJC defensively pitching a shutout. They'd probably love to get their first shutout of the year. Longy up on the line of scrimmage, and they've got a couple of linebackers there. Bucks call timeout. Ryan Mayon calls a timeout. We'll take it with him. 48-0 Apaches. 3rd quarter lead over Blinn. Back in 30 seconds. AM 600 KTBB. .600. The Aggies will play Florida. Pre-game at 5 o'clock following this one later on today. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 after the Bucks call timeout at their own 31-yard line. Tied her up 48-0 late 3rd quarter. On their way to 6-0 and 4-0 in conference play. Man in motion. TJC showing blitz here. They'll come after the quarterback. They'll hit him as he throws upfield. This ball's incomplete along the near sideline. King White in coverage. 2 Apaches had the wide receiver Starr bracketed near midfield. It'll be 4th down and 4. And the Bucks not bringing the punt team out here at this point.
They're going to call another timeout. I'd go ahead and punt the ball away. Yeah,
maybe they will.
Yeah, looks like they will.
Did they call timeout?
Yeah, they called the timeout, then they sent out the punt team. They could get lined up, but Looks like they're going to send, and they might as well send out the punt team.
Yeah, I guess so at this point. We have 48-0. Tyler will be at Cisco at noon next Saturday. Other games today in the conference. Cisco's at New Mexico Military, Navarre, and Trinity Valley just underway in Athens this afternoon. That's a big ball game. Kilgore is idle this afternoon. The Rangers will host Trinity Valley next week. And, of course, a doubleheader underway at the Cotton Bowl, the Longhorns and the Sooners, followed tonight by Texas Tech and Kansas on 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio.
A lot of good games going on today, so should be fun. This one's been fun, at least for TJC.
Been fun for TJC, not so much fun for the Bucks. Great to see our friends Ryan Mahon and, of course, the great Danny Palmer, longtime coach here. Had some great success here at TJC over a 13-year period of time. Some health issues, finally decided to step away, but not really wanting to be a head coach again, but loves kind of working with these young people, and he's the Blinn defensive coordinator and a great, great man. 4th down and 4. Blinn will send the punt team back out there, and last one went over the head of the punter, Mateo De Hoyos. This one, not so much, and it's a high kick. And Ewell will take it at the 27 and get tackled. Well done in the open field that time by the Buccaneers. And so the homecoming king, Khalil Ewell, as so named before the game, tried to return that ball, but he was nailed at about the 25-yard line on a good open field tackle, and TJC will take over there.
Yeah, Ewell's already had a big day, right? If you're the homecoming king, the game itself is...
You get to keep the crown if you're the homecoming king.
You should.
You have to give it back.
You should, at least for a year until you have to turn it over to the next game.
Yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't you get a souvenir homecoming?
I think you should. I agree with you, but I don't know if that's the case.
I was never even close, but had I been named
this is hard for me to believe that you would
have
never
wanted to have had the crown and kept a copy of it.
Right.
Near side, the short side, Ulrich. Receiver to the right, draw play handoff, coming near side, jumping over a defender for a short gain that time.
Ewell again.
Khalil Ewell again. He makes
go.
a home and a penalty flag coming up at the end of that play. Ewell tried to vault one of the Blinn defenders, picked up about 3. It was a spectacular run for 4 yards.
Yeah, he's going to lose the yardage though. He pushed the player after the play, so the homecoming king is going to be tagged with a 15-yard penalty.
Not very king-like activity.
Yeah, that is not king-like activity. Yeah, you can't do that if you're the king. You have to be above that, don't you?
Depends on which king you're talking about. Don King, not so much. But Elvis,
oh yeah.
Oh, man. He would have done that. Back to the 14-yard line. They call a personal foul on the attack.
See, again, that's when the king, you think you can get away with anything. And that's what happened on that play.
So that 15-yard walk-off will earn Ewell a seat on the bench. And it'll be 2nd down and 25. Back at the 14-yard line for the Apaches. Draw play handoff coming near side. And this is a couple. That time the Apache running back is Quasi Warren. Running back Bullard. Kind of clearing the bench right now, giving everybody an opportunity to be a part of this game. It'll be a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 24 coming up, right? 3rd and 20. I'm sorry, 3rd down and 20. 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Apaches.
Yeah, Apaches will be looking at their first punt if they don't convert here.
That's right. No, they did punt one earlier, did they not?
They did not.
Luke punt one? Okay. Rolling out Ulrich on a 3rd down and long. Ulrich's going to throw the ball upfield. That ball is caught by an Apache, but well short of the first down. A short gain that time by Hilbert. I say a short gain. It was a gain of about 11 yards, but not nearly enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down and 9. So it was 3rd and 20. He gained 11, 4th down and 9. And now we will see Brian Ramirez.
For the first time today.
For the first time.
That's how good.
Why did I think he punted her?
I don't know why.
I guess
but he has not.
All right, so Tyler will punt with 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Standing at the 11-yard line. Good snap. Kick is away. That's a beauty. Oh, that's a nice kick. All the way back inside the 15, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. That is a 75-yard punt. He nailed that baby.
Yeah, the high spiraling punt. That was a pretty punt.
All right. Now, this is great and everything, but you don't want to lose by 1 next week. Somewhere.
That's you have to keep your foot on the gas, and coming off of that win last week, that's a great job by the Apaches. Again, when you're playing the way the Apaches are, you're going to win some ugly games as long as you're winning them. And last week was an ugly game with the turnovers and all, but they found a way to win, and this one's a lot easier so far.
So far, 48-0. Tyler will clearly come away with their 6th straight win today and a 6-0 record. 4-0 in the conference. Most years, 4 wins will get you in the playoffs, so nothing like that is set yet. Snap the football, draw play coming this way. The Apaches string it out. This is going to be a pretty good run upfield. 30, 35, up near the 40-yard line and run out of bounds that time. Nice running play that time by one of the Blinn fullbacks that time. Looks like it was Terry Lawrence out of Willis, Texas, who makes the play. And a nice game.
Yeah, chunky guy, didn't have much speed, but had enough to get around the corner and upfield for the first down.
And he had a head of steam, too.
He did.
He was carrying that weight and running hard, kind of like a bowling ball upfield to the 39-yard line. First down for the Bucks. Snap, long. Throws the middle screen. That ball is completed, but a nice open field tackle made by TJC's Bryson Burgess, Bryce's brother. And after the catch by Jafon Duncan, the freshman, he is tackled for a 1-yard gain at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice job. Again, the TJC has looked good on the defensive side of the ball, and I mean by tackling. The tackling has looked really good throughout this game.
Tyler scored 2 touchdowns in the third. We're down to 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 9. Handoff. And trying to get to the edge as Greco Davalatoris was the first guy there. And he turned it inside. And then everybody else in on the activity that time. And not much available. It'll be a gain of maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd down. Let's call it, give a yard, make it 3rd down in about 8 with 28 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Game moving along pretty quickly this afternoon. Down to 20 seconds left to play. Might be the final play of the third quarter. 3rd down and 8 Buccaneers. Shotgun, 1 back, 4 wide. Tyler with a 4-3 look defensively and back to pass. Stepping left, looking left, being chased and throw the ball away incomplete as the Apaches were bearing down Xavier Trotter. One of the defensive linemen from Argyle was right there. 4 seconds left to go in the third, and the Buccaneers will send the punt team out.
Yep, again. They punted several times. They got one player. Okay, I thought he was going the wrong side of the ball, but they're going to have to punt it away again. Great job by the defense.
So Blinn with Mateo de Hoyos on what may well be now the final play of the third quarter. Thought that might be, was not. And now they'll snap this ball to de Hoyos, who will stand at the 26-yard line to kick it away to the Apaches. Shutout still intact for TJC. At this point, I'm sure the defense wants that. And they've got another quarter to burn before that's official. Good snap. The kick is away. Third quarter comes to an end, and Ewell will fair catch at the 30, and that's the end of 3. After 3 at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. TJC 48, Blinn nothing. How about that? Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTVB. All right, still with us, Jason? Stereo and Video Center broadcast booth, Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Down at Earl Campbell Field, it's been all Tyler today. 48-0 over Blinn as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just a dominating performance up to this point. Again, on both sides of the ball, they've scored on just about every possession. They only punted once, and defensively, a complete shutout. And special teams have chipped in as well.
So the Apaches with this big lead. Play at Cisco next week. Didn't expect it to be quite like this. Tyler was certainly a favorite in this game, but this has been dominant today for Tyler. Ulrich, the backup Tyler quarterback, has already run for one and thrown another touchdown pass. Hands it to fullback Aaron Johnson, and he's hit in the backfield and loses a yard on the play. So the Bucs do a nice job that time. Caleb Allen, linebacker from Friendswood, Texas, drops him for a yard, maybe a 2-yard loss, back to the 29. It'll be second down and 11, just underway in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Apaches would like to, convert and, of course, get first down, chew up some clock, and put this one in the bag. Certainly don't want to get anybody hurt the rest of the way.
TJC near hash, going left to right on your device here in the fourth period. Johnson stays in the ball game. They'll hand it to him again. Aaron, the fullback, will lose another yard. Hang on to it, Aaron. And there's about 6 Blinn Bucks all over him. So Johnson, the fullback, getting some work as a lone running back here, getting some carries, but the Bucks having none of that. They lose 2. It'll be a third down coming up.
They lost the yardage on back-to-back plays. Of course, the Apaches playing some backups here in the fourth quarter.
All right, so a minute gone in the fourth period. TJC facing a third down and about 12 coming up for TJC from their own 28-yard line. Ulrich, shotgun, man in motion, tight end in the ball game. He rolls out and he's in trouble and he's sacked. The bootleg, they were having none of that. Cameron Berry was all over him. That was the by far the worst series of the afternoon for the Apaches, a 3-and-out. And they wind up with a fourth down and long coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt it away again just for the second time today. And the Buccaneers understand the Apaches want to run the football and try to chew up some clock, so that's the way they played it.
Well, the issue settled really, for all intents and purposes, by midway through the second quarter. 17-0 at the end of one, 34-0 at the half. When they threw that 76-yarder to Besa, you kind of knew things might be lopsided this afternoon. The kick is away, and this one will be fair caught at the 43-yard line by the Bucs, and so they'll take over. Again, the only issue now to be settled is the Apache defense trying to complete a big 0 this afternoon for the Bucs. Last year, this game was a double overtime, 13-10 in Brenham, and Tyler won that game. Tough effort. Bucs appear to be a little bit down this year. They haven't been able to settle on the quarterback. Their original starter, Jack Emerson, got hurt. And so they have gone with 3 different quarterbacks, but Long has got most of the reps this afternoon. Handoff looking to get outside, and Kanaru will get about 5. One of the Apaches missed at the line of scrimmage that time. He picks up yardage to the 48-yard line. It'll be a second down and 5 coming up. KK Kanaru.
He's a tough runner.
Tough runner.
Yeah, tough to bring down. Shifty.
Bucs from the right hash. 3 receivers split to the near side. Tyler sends 3 guys out to shadow them. And the snap. Here comes a 5-man rush. Up the middle. Long has got a little room. He's hit, but he manages to get out of that and manages to go to the ground at the TJC 49-yard line. It was kind of an ugly slide. He wound up on his butt more than he did a slide.
Yeah.
Picked up about 3. It'll be third down and 3.
He's already taken a big hit, and he was not about to take another one, so he basically just sat down.
He had his helmet knocked off earlier in the ball game. Third down and 3. Ball at midfield here. 3 minutes into the fourth quarter of this game. And the Bucs at the 50-yard line. Tight formation. Blitz again. Handoff. Kanaru manages to get the ball across the 50 into Tyler territory. He made Jackson Stiles miss that time. And he, I think, got the first down.
He did. They had him in the backfield, just missed him. Made him miss. Made a defender miss that time, so a good run.
Longy missed. Number 3, Longy, almost, I thought, had him for a loss on that play, but he managed to duck out of that. And he's their offensive MVP as far as I'm concerned.
Not much else has gotten done on that side of the ball outside of him.
Yeah, first down at the Tyler 47-yard line. Tight formation again. Snap the football. Long, looks, throws right side. That ball is dropped that time, a little bit behind the receiver, but catchable that time by Braylon Harris, and he may have heard a Tyler player coming at him. He may have heard footsteps that time.
Yeah, all sides against the Apaches, so they'll get 5 yards. And they were lined up in the neutral zone.
Correction, first down.
the young lady who is
with the
officiating
fingernails.
with the fingernails.
Now
threw
she's
that
getting a
flag.
little finger. Yeah, she's getting flag happy now. I didn't think she could throw with those fingers.
Did we decide her long fingernails on her left hand, right?
They're
So
on
I
her
guess
left
she
hand.
throws the flag with the right.
Right, yeah. Apparently
Okay.
that's the case. Yeah.
So that made no sense when you told her, how do you throw a flag with, because it's obvious she throws the flag
with the right hand.
So come on, man.
I know.
1st and 5 at the 42-yard line. Snap, handed again. Canaro makes an Apache miss at the line of scrimmage and picks up those 5 yards.
Trey Henderson.
He's finally hit. Well, he's going to be a yard short. My bad. He got 4. They can mark him at the 38-yard line. So after the near miss by an Apache that time, the tackler was Jacob Brown. Again, the Apaches playing everybody today. 2nd down and 1 at the Tyler 38-yard line. Snap, long, hands it to Canaro, and he's hit in the backfield that time. Oh, my goodness. The first guy there for Tyler was DeCanan Sewing, the former Tyler High Lion. And Sewing got there, number 28, DeCanan, the freshman from Tyler High. He and his brother DeChristian both on this football team. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Lost 2 yards on the play. That's how great the penetration was.
About 10 minutes left to go in the game. 3rd down and 3 at the TJC 40-yard line. Probably 4-down territory at this point for Blinn. As the quarterback, Trevor Long, the freshman from Corpus Christi, surveys the field. Again, they go with a tight bunch formation. 3 receivers to the right, back to pass. Long steps up, throws down the right side. Got a guy out there. Nice catch. 24-yard line in front of an Apache, and that's a 1st down to Japhon Duncan. And that's a good-looking drive by Blinn right
That's
there.
a good pass on the corner route that time. Couldn't have placed it any better.
9:40 left to go, and the clock is ticking. 1st down for the Bucks to the Tyler 24. They're trying to put some points on the board. Tyler trying to keep it from doing it, up 48-0. Hand the football off to KK, and KK down inside the 15, fighting down to the 11. And, man, he's hard to bring down.
Yes.
I'm glad they took a while to bring him into the game. KK Canaro has been tough on the Apaches today.
TJC takes a timeout.
They'll take a timeout. With 9:19 to go, we'll take it with them. They lead Blinn 48-0. Back in 30 seconds on AM 600 KTBB.
Eight plays, 57 yards.
Today, Blinn kicks off, taken at the 9-yard line by Amari Henry, runs into one of his own guys and gets it out to the 29-yard line. In fact, that collision with one of his own players was so violent that Tyson Wilson had a little bit of problem. It's either Tyson or James Lee, but there's two number ones out there for Tyler. You've got a number one offense and a number one defense. Anyway, he ran into his own guy, but still managed to pick up yardage at the 20.
Yeah,
and a flag down.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it's on. It's on the Apaches.
The Apaches. You get these lopsided games, and they can get a little bit sloppy at the end when you got a lot of guys out there that don't normally play.
Right.
And not so much on the special teams, but you're playing backups now, and they don't get a chance to rep it a lot. And so now's the time to do it. It's they're still shooting live bullets out there in a real game with a real team on the other side. So this experience is invaluable. So you make your mistakes, 48-7, you're going to win. And so this last 9 minutes could get interesting here. TJC with the backup quarterback Luke Ulrich still out there. They have the ball at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll run the draw play. And a little bit of a hole here by James Lee. And Lee will have a big gain of about 16, 17 yards out to the 36-yard line. Lee opened the game with a 37-yard touchdown run on the 5th play of the game to give Tyler the early lead. And now he has the 17-yard.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Again, running right between the tackles. The offensive line has had a good day, just like everybody else had or has in a gold uniform. Nice job.
First down, Apaches. Probably keep the ball on the ground if they can and burn some of this clock down. New tight end in the ball game. Caleb Spadone is out there right now. Hand the ball to Lee, trying to get to the edge. Lee having trouble getting to the corner. Now he does turn the corner and picks up a couple. Man, he had to run a long way before he finally found a little bit of an opening, and after all that running, he wound up getting positive yards, about 3 out to the 39.
Could have easily lost about 3 yards on the play, but he outran the defense to the corner and got positive yardage.
I'm hoping these officials will kind of eat the flags now, let this clock run them down.
And they're kind of letting the clock run. But
kind of need to let's kind of eat some of these flags now. The issue's been decided. 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line. One running back, and they've got the tight end in an offset formation. Hand the ball to Lee for 2, maybe 3 out to the 41-yard line. 2-yard gain. This is the 41. TJC will face a 3rd down and 5. We're down to 7.5 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, again, no hurry for the Apaches, and they can do a little bit better job of working some of the play clock off and burning more time, but other than that, no hurry. No rush for the Apaches.
3rd and 5 at the 41-yard line. The Apaches up 48-7 here midway through the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 5 at their own 41-yard line. Ulrich has a running back and 3 wide receivers. The tight end is Spadone. Back to pass Ulrich. Ulrich steps up, throws the ball downfield. Got a man wide open, and that's Evans. Caught 34-yard line, and a big play. 2 touchdown catches today by Evans, and a big play there.
Yeah, and he was wide open in that zone coverage. They were playing way off, and he just found the soft spot. Nice pass by Ulrich. In motion.
Sophomore from Baton Rouge has had himself a day, and it'll be 1st down at the 34-yard line with under 7 minutes to go. Clock continues to run. 6:40 left to play in this football game. Time running out here. 48-7. Tyler with a big lead. Shotgun Ulrich. Snap. Hand off to James Lee. Lee jukes a tackler, 30-yard line. James to the 25. James down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. And a TJC 1st down for James Lee, who should be over a 100-yard day today.
Yeah, again, they're having some guys, different guys step up, as you talked about, Evans and then Lee as well, both having big games.
Another one of these Louisiana kids from Metairie, Louisiana. 1st down at the 23-yard line. 6 minutes left to go in the game. Can Tyler punch another one in here? We'll find out. Ball in the near hash. Spadone, the tight end, with his hand on the ground. 3 receivers. Back to pass. Ulrich looking, throwing downfield. This will be a ball that will be batted away at the goal line. Intended for TJC. Braylon Brandon, a sophomore from Corsicana. It'll be 2nd down.
Aaron Andrews in coverage that time. Got his hand up just in time to knock that ball away.
2nd down and 2.
5:45 to go, and the Apaches get that opportunity. Quasi Warren is in at running back for TJC from Bullard. And the Apaches bring a new wide receiver into the ballgame. Lining up near side is Brandon, the young man who almost had the touchdown a moment ago. And now Ulrich's going to run with it. He fakes it. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's going to run it in easily. How about that? He looked left, looked at the receiver, and then took it right up the gut for a 23-yard touchdown run, and the Apaches break half 100.
Wow. Yeah, that looked easy.
Second touchdown run of the day. Fourth of the year for Ulrich.
Yep. And he played the entire second half, and he played it well. Good job again of just taking the football upfield.
54-7, the extra point to come for TJC. Mathis has been perfect today, and he stays that way. 55-7 Apaches over the Bucks with 5:35 to go. Back in 1 minute, AM 600 KTB. The Apaches lead with 5.5 minutes left to go. The kick is away by Baggett, taken at the 8-yard line, and this will be a return upfield past the 30, and a pretty good run back that time by Starr out to about the 32-yard line. A 23-yard run by Luke Ulrich, and TJC has a 55-7 lead.
Yeah, 7 plays, 81 yards, 3 minutes and 34 seconds on that Apache scoring drive.
So the Apaches, and again, Luke Ulrich has a touchdown pass and 2 runs since he took over in the second half. He's had the whole second half. Invaluable reps.
Yeah.
He may be the quarterback of this team next year. And so the young man from Colleyville Heritage, the transfer from SFA, he was a tight end there, but wanted to be a quarterback, came to TJC, getting his opportunity to do that. From the 32-yard line, Blinn with another opportunity here, going to snap the ball, and there goes Kanaru for about 5. Again, at the line of scrimmage, he looks left, cuts it back, upfield past the 35. They're going to call it a 4-yard gain to the 36.
Yeah, again, Apaches just don't want to give up the big play, force them to work some clock. And that's what they're doing right now. Good job on first down.
5 minutes left to play. Shotgun for Blinn. 3 receivers tight near side, back to pass. Long, drag route over the middle, almost intercepted off the fingertips of one of their guys who should have had that.
Yeah.
And after he tipped it, Apache nearly coming diving for the interception. Aiden Fulton let that one get away, and the Apaches almost had another pick.
Yeah, the big tight end just dropped it. Should have had it.
3rd down and 6. Blinn doesn't convert here. The Apaches take over, and they'll be trying to run the clock out at this point. They've proven their point here today. 3rd down and 6. Snap, long, over the right side, incomplete. Receiver broke inside, and the pass went way over the head of the intended receiver, Braylon Harris. It'll be 4th down. They'll send the punt team out here. And so now the Apaches get the ball back here with about 4.5 minutes to go, and they'll be doing their absolute best to try to just kind of let this thing kind of wind down and go home.
Yeah, do a better job, again, of just milking more of the play clock before you run a play and try to get this thing over. Try not to give it back to the Buccaneers.
So it'll be 4th down and 6, and the Bucs will send the punt team out here.
Timeout. Blinn.
Blinn's going to take a timeout. The Bucs are idle next week. They'll need to rest. Their next game is 2 weeks from now at NEO. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second break. Tyler up 55-7, late 4th quarter. Back in 30 seconds, AM 600 KTBB. Minute and a half to go. Yeah.
Minute and a half.
So. Bill Coates, Kevin Simon. We've got 4:44 left to go. The Bucks are going to punt the ball away, or at least it appears that they are here as the Apaches play here late in this football game, leading at 55-7.
Yeah, great job throughout this one for the Apaches, really from start to finish, all three areas.
Coming up later on KTBB, the Aggies hosting Florida. Fourth down, punt team out there. See if the Apaches even bother to rush this, not much. Kick is away. And it'll be Ewell taking it at the 21-yard line. Ewell still trying to play hero ball here. Then the homecoming king is at the 30, 35-40. Ewell with a nice return that time out past the 40-yard line. All right, Khalil Ewell, he had 6 on his mind.
Yeah.
And he returns that ball, does a nice job. There are no flags.
Finally.
With 4:27.
That's a good return. He's been chomping at the bit to try to get one back. He's fielding everything and had a pretty good return there.
Yeah, I don't think he fair caught one today. I don't know.
I'm not sure he has.
I'm not sure he has.
Probably should have, but he's the king.
Have.
You can do what you want.
He's the king. You can do what you want. So TJC could run this ball for about 3 first downs. They might be able to get out of here and never have to punt the ball back or never have to do anything other than just kind of play this one out. Ulrich pitches the ball to the left side, and this will be the young man from Bullard for about 13 on that late pitch. Good job that time. Quasi Warren, as Quasi turns the corner, crosses midfield to the 46-yard line.
That was a really late pitch by Ulrich, but a great job, good execution, and a nice run after the pitch.
All right, so to the Blinn 46-yard line. 4 minutes left to go in the game. Tyler with a first down at the Buccaneer 40-yard line. I'm guessing most of the rest of this game, if they can, will be on the ground here to try to keep this clock running. The play clock's at 17. The Apaches kind of watching that and kind of letting some of this thing bleed away here. Nice day here today, this afternoon for the Apaches all the way around. Hand the football off going left for a couple, and that's all for the Tyler runner that time, number 33, Ewell, who's getting some extensive playing time this afternoon. And Khalil for 2. It'll be a second down and 8 coming up at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, took a big hit after that one. Pretty good job by their defense after the short gain.
Next snap doesn't have to come until about 3 minutes left to go. There's still 25 on the play clock. A lot of these teams really don't know how to burn that play clock much anymore. They're taught to go fast, so we'll see what TJC does with the ball here. Ewell stays in.
Yeah, they're trying to slow it down a little bit here, work some more play clock.
Second and 8 at the 34-yard line. Ulrich, the Tyler quarterback. And 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Keep it on the ground, and Ewell has yardage. He bounces off a tackler, and there he goes. He made the play, and he may get that touchdown. Down to the 10-yard line for Khalil Ewell with 2:51 to go.
There's a penalty flag behind the play.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, somebody got a helmet snatched off. Now, that's an Apache helmet. So maybe this is against the defense.
I'd like to see Ewell score a touchdown.
Yeah, he got close.
I mean, he wants it bad.
He does. He's been working hard. And it is going to be a hands to face against the defense.
Oh, yes, Tyler.
Yeah.
May not be in the cards for Khalil.
Yeah, I don't think it is. That's you can't participate. You can't keep playing if your helmet pops off, and he did, and an Apache player, so that'll cost him 15. That's a big penalty.
Remember when Jason Witten had his helmet snatched off in Philly, and he ran the ball down?
Back in the day, you could. Now that you're supposed to stop when your helmet comes off. That's hard. That's easier to do than said. Easier said than done, rather.
Okay. Well, that's a 15-yard walk-off. Tyler back at the 41-yard line with 2:49 to go. It's what, 2nd and 27 here?
Yeah, get the clock going, and they are. So the Apaches, again, can burn a little clock here.
No, not 2nd and 27. 2nd and 23, I think, right? Looks like
long way to go.
Yeah, 2nd and 23 at the 41-yard line. Snap it, hand the ball off to Khalil. Ewell for 2, maybe 3. Nobody's going to say he's not getting his money's worth here this afternoon. It'll be 3rd down and 20 coming up with 2:24. The clock continues to run. There's an injured Buccaneer player down, or at least a little slow to get up here. So the Buccaneer trainers will have to come out. and an injured defensive player here. And while they do that, we'll take a 30-second break. All Apaches, 55-7, TJC over Blinn. We're back in 30 seconds on AM 600 KTBB. And again, we've got football and plenty of it left today. The game on 92.1 FM, the team right now is at the Cotton Bowl, and Oklahoma has a 6-0 lead with about 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Texas apparently struggling again, but Tier's playing in that game, by the way. Later on, Texas Tech will take on Kansas tonight. Yeah, go on down, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's heading on down. 2 minutes left to go. Texas Tech and Kansas will play tonight on the team, and here on KTBB pregame at 5 o'clock. For a 6 o'clock start, the Red Hot Aggies, ranked in the top 10, will take on the Florida Gators, the team that knocked off the Longhorns last week. And again, Texas not getting much done offensively 20 minutes into that game. Mateer is playing, by the way, as we kind of expected as the week went on. So with 2 minutes left, 55-7. The soon-to-be 6-0 TJC Apaches, 4-0 in the conference. Depending on what else happens at the top of the poll, the Apaches will certainly maintain their position, and who knows, they might even advance it today. Again, you're playing for top 4 spots in that national semifinal. Still a lot of work to do left for Tyler. Man in motion. Ulrich snap. Will keep it himself and get it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. It'll be 4th down, and the Apaches will have to punt the ball. The play clock just started up, 35 left, and with 1:46 left to go in the game, the Apaches will send their punter back out, and Brian Ramirez will kick it away. Blinn will have about a minute left to decide whether they want to effort to try to score again. They finally scored in the 4th quarter, but TJC's defense, their starters, dominated today. And so as they prepare to snap this football, now there's a whistle, and Blinn will take a timeout here with a 1:16, 1:15, 1:14, 1:13 clock still running, down to a 1:13 to go. Blinn takes a timeout. All right, let's take a 30-second break. Tyler up 55-7 with just over a minute to go in the game. Back in 30 seconds. AM 600 KTBB. Ball game. Blinn will drop to 1-3 in conference and 3-3 overall. TJC very much in the national picture right now. As they snap it to Ramirez, they go after the punter. The kick is away. It's kind of high, relatively short. Takes a big Tyler bounce though at the 30 and goes out of bounds near the 20-yard line, somewhere around there, depending on where it went out of bounds. They will run the math and mark it out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So with 1:07 to go, the Blinn Buccaneers will get one final crack at it to see if they want to try to make something happen here and maybe put another score on the board. They will be idle next week before they go to NEO. NEO this week, the announcement coming down, NEO leaving the league. Snow College will join the Southwest Junior College Football Conference next season. The league is now a three-state multi-time zone league again. NEO, of course, leaving to go to the Kansas League, the Jayhawk Conference. Snapped it along. He's going to try to get his money's worth and throw it up the right side, incomplete. And so it'll be a second down. We got 1:01 left to go in the game. Again, these games can drag at the end. Kevin will talk to the coach coming up here after the ball game, and we'll hear what Coach Tanner Jacobson has to say about this impressive victory today over Blinn. Homecoming. It was a very happy homecoming for the Apaches today. Great job of the band and the bells. They've had an entire week of festivities surrounding it, and now second down 10. Inside handoff, and Gennaro will be hit by Jackson Stiles at the line of scrimmage and dropped for maybe a half-yard gain on the play, and we are now under a minute to go. Blinn will face a third down and long, and they will have time to run maybe two more plays if they so choose to do so, and I'm guessing they will. Be third down and 9. We're down to 36 seconds left to go in the game. 55-7 Apaches, and they're in no hurry now. I think they've waved the white flag and said, let's go ahead and get on the bus and get back to Brenham. So they're going to let this play clock wind down. We're down to 21 seconds to go. 9 on the play clock, down to 8, down to 7. Snap the ball with about 5 on the play clock. Keep it on the ground. Getting to the outside, Gennaro, and he'll be tackled at the 25-yard line, and that might well be the final play of the game. It'll be fourth down coming up, and that'll do it. The Apaches win impressively this afternoon here at Christus, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. The TJC Apaches go to 6-0 on the season and 4-0 in conference play as Tyler routs Blinn this afternoon 55-7. The postgame show brought to you by Randall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, coming up on AM 600 KTBB. How many breaks do I have?